Thursday's edition of the Sports Cage. Thank you very much for making some time today. Doesn't matter how you're listening to this, whether it is on 620 CKRM, there's other options. It's 2025. Some are listening on the stream. Hey, Alexa, play 620 CKRM. That's what I say all the time. And if you want to listen to it in podcast form, you go back and listen to it later. You can watch it through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. If you want to see us at any time and the tomfoolery that we have. 620 CKRM is always the mainstay, though, on the AM dial. I know we get texts from all over, and sometimes it's like in the listening area of the CKRM, and other times like, I wonder if they're listening on the stream. But we got 3 hours for you today. It is brought to you by Access Communications on Thursday, as always. Sharky is going to be with me here in a moment. He is brought to you by Flooring Superstore, Trent Dicken and his team, over 20 years in business. We are going to talk Blue Jays. We're going to talk what happened in Game 7, because we didn't talk to Sharky yet about that. We're going to talk about Game 1 of the World Series. We're going to go back to Games 1 of the World Series in 92 and 93. A trip down memory lane, as they say. We do have the high school football report as we get into provincial quarterfinals, and 6-a-side and 9-a-side, and then South Rural and 12-a-side. We got it all covered for Warren Steinley coming up in Hour 1. Arash Madani in Hour 2. I know a lot of you are still poking at Arash for his hot take. It's all right, though. We've all had him, people. Trust me. You've had him as well if you look in the mirror. We are going to talk sprinkling. We're going to talk NASCAR report. The SJHL report for Chad Reach, wealth advisor, GP Financial Services, and Aviso Wealth. We're going to talk to Benny Walchuk today. Glen Suitor in Hour 3, Jaeden Marwick from the University of Regina Rams, the offensive coordinator, and then Jock Wilson from the Calgary Stampeders, play-by-play or pre- and post-game show on QR77. Jock Wilson will come on and talk about the Stamps and Elks game coming up. If you're watching the stream, there he is right there, my man, Sharky.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Sports fans.
And music fans. We love talking music on this show.
Hunting fans. We got hunting stories. Yeah.
You got hunting stories. I can't believe there were some people today that still didn't know who the concert announcement was.
What?
They were like, who? Who's playing what? There's a concert announcement? It's like, yeah.
Come on.
I don't know if that's a really good tease or kind of a poor tease. That everyone knew it was the Foo Fighters because of the Foo Fighters logo.
Yeah, FF was up, and that's what you want to see, right?
They've been rumored to come for a while.
Yeah, I mean, not a lot. And here's the thing: not a lot of acts can play a stadium, right?
We've been through this.
Arenas are different than stadiums.
Yeah, and people don't get that out there. They're like, "How come we don't have more concerts at the stadium?" What do you want, Gord Bamford to come play Mosaic Stadium?
Gord loved to do it.
Give your head a shake. Yeah, Gord and Kenny Chesney is what you would need there.
So it's finding the right act that's doing a stadium tour. They are. Yep. They're coming here. Yep. And I am going to get tickets. I am looking forward to that one. Yeah.
You're a fan. We were just talking about this before the show.
I enjoy the Foo Fighters. Yeah.
And this might not be the most popular. They're kind of one of those ones I can take it or leave it.
Yeah, no, I'm in. I'm all in.
I started going through their catalog, as the rock DJs will call it. Big Me, that was their, because I remember that's like high school. That was their first. Was that their first ever big release? Big Me. It wasn't the Mentos kind of video.
It's got to be close. Yeah,
I can't think of another one.
Yeah,
and then I started going through their other songs, and I'm like, yeah, these guys have bangers. These guys have a lot of bangers. You don't think they'll play Big Me at the concert?
I don't know.
It's their first big hit.
Well, it's an old one, right?
But that's okay. Like, if Paul McCartney comes on stage.
That's true. You still want some Beatles.
He's doing some of the first Beatles cuts.
Are we getting Queens of the Stone Age?
Yeah, we are getting Queens of the Stone Age.
My son was playing, he learned to play guitar, was playing Queens of the Stone Age before I even understood what the heck he was doing. And good God, I wish he was here, because these were two of his favorite bands, Queens of the Stone Age and Foo Fighters. He would be exhilarated to go see that.
That would be, yeah.
Yeah.
I Queens of the Stone Age, again, couple of their tunes. But have you ever gone to a concert and they don't play the song you want? And I remember a few.
I think, who did it? I got to think who did. Somebody gave me this is stuff from the new album. And I was like, what? I don't want to, that's not what I came here for.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's
do that.
tough.
Don't do that.
Or
I didn't come to hear that.
Travis Tritt has got so many good, and I didn't go, but I remember sending some people to the casino to see him, and he played like 8 covers. It's like, Travis, you got enough of your own stuff, bud.
Maybe he can't get the E minor anymore. Maybe he can only go G, C, and D.
That's
what
it.
He's got.
I went to George Strait the time I remember seeing him. Wife bought me for our anniversary. It was great a few years ago now in Vegas. He doesn't play, or he didn't anyway, Love Without End, Amen, which I it's right up there for me. And then this one I knew he wouldn't play, but from the, what soundtrack was it? Pure Country?
Yeah.
Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Yes.
I knew he wasn't playing it. I know some people that were really ticked off. They went to Alan Jackson and he didn't play one. And then one that's the weird one that sticks out in my mind. There was a Kenny Chesney one too, but again, I was too inebriated. Was
too socialized as well.
Ronnie Millsap comes to Country Thunder years ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was blind. He comes on stage. I know. What a maroon. He comes on stage.
Research, my friend.
He goes through his whole set. I'm with my brother-in-law. We're drinking whiskey, great whiskey drinking music. And he doesn't play Daydreams About Night Things.
Yeah, that's a miss. That's got to be played. That's a big miss. By Ronnie Millsap, that's a big miss.
Take a seat, Ronnie.
Yeah.
I think he's rest in peace now, isn't he?
Could be.
And then my last one was
up the set list.
Huey Lewis in the News at the Bez Gardens behind the Besborough in Saskatoon. Such a great venue for a concert. No, what's the song? And it's a really tough song to do live. But me and the guys that I was with, we kind of yelled. We were those annoying guys. We yelled at all show that they ended up playing it at the end, and it didn't sound great, but they tried.
They tried. They at least gave it to you.
Do You Believe in Love? That one.
Oh yeah. Okay.
What a tune! Play that tonight. You'll like it.
I'm looking forward to the Foo Fighters. I think this is a fantastic concert announcement. This will draw fans from far and wide.
Winnipeg, because they're not playing there.
They're not playing there. So Winnipeg, another great chance for you to come and enjoy Regina. Dave Grohl is an outstanding frontman for them. Does a great job on stage, and I look forward to seeing it. Yeah.
We'll talk more about that.
Not sure who the drummer is. Could be the kid. Mm-hmm. The drummer passed away, and his son played a song with them. And the drummer's, I can't remember the kid's name. Sorry, my mistake. But he was outstanding. Yeah. Outstanding. He was like 12 or 13 years old.
Maybe somebody out there will know it. You can always participate. You can give us a call, 1-866-767-0620. The Prairieland Rentals text line is already buzzing with people talking Blue Jays and Riders and Foo Fighters. 936-6262. We want to hear from you. Prairieland Rentals wants to hear from you if you need a snow thrower this year coming up. Or any
still get a chainsaw. Rental
of any kind. Chainsaw, power tools.
Skid steer? Does he have skid
steers? Heaters.
Mini excavators?
Yes, heaters are beginning to become big because it is cold in the morning. You get the Carhartts on, the long johns. I like it. Extra long johns. So yeah, participate in it. Okay, Riders releasing their injury report. Let's get this out of the way right now.
Okay.
Game status. Guess who's listed as out? He had a bad lumbar area a little while ago.
You talked about it. It's Brett Lawther. Yeah. Yeah. I happen to know from a conversation Saturday night in Bengoff that AJ Ouellette is doing everything he can to be in the ball game because Brady Oliveira is only 13 yards behind him, and he doesn't like that.
Oh, okay. I see that.
Let's make sure he stays ahead of Brady Oliveira.
It says AJ Ouellette's available. Dante Myers, out. Roland Milligan Jr., out ski. Marcus Sales, out.
Robustelli's out.
Shane Ray. Tommy Stevens still out, eh?
Yeah. Zach Fry's out.
And Nick Weeb.
Keyshawn, missing.
Keyshawn.
Yeah.
So there it is. Yeah, injury report. If you're watching the stream, it's up there. So it will be there's no doubt it's going to be an interesting one on Saturday, especially we're going to talk to Jock Wilson in hour 3 with what happens in Edmonton. First off, Colson, you can jump in on this too. The Blue Jays are playing kind of around the same time.
As Edmonton Calgary.
Game 1 of the World Series. Keep in mind, Game 1 of the World Series. Edmonton is hosting Calgary,
for no
the Calgary
Stampeders
in Canadian tackle football. Over under 1,000 people actually at the game.
I got under, but it's going to be tough to do the math because they have those green and yellow seats. It's hard to tell who's there and who's not.
Colson.
I'll take the over just so we have some competition for Sharky.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Somebody has to.
There'll be announced attendance. There'll be scanned attendance.
If you can hit, well, I'm looking for actual human bodies that are breathing.
Can you be that guy? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
So, well, if it's under 1,000, it might not be that hard to count. Somebody might be able to do it. Yeah, and then I know that there's some people already. The Jays game on Saturday.
Yeah.
It would be too hard. I would think to shift programming and TV
it's a TV issue more than anything.
There's NCAA college football, and I know that doesn't mean a lot to a lot of you, but it is big.
It is what affects the broadcast situation. So it's
Okay, so we got that covered. Blue Jays start tomorrow.
Because nobody thought when they were making the CFL schedule they had to worry about whether the Blue Jays were going to be in the playoffs or not, let alone the World Series.
I think Colson and Arash are both going to rub that in a bit in hour 2.
I'm looking forward
when we
to that.
talked about the Blue Jays, because hey, looks like Arash took it on the chin for his hot take the other day. We've had him too.
Oh, without a doubt.
Like I have him on the constant, especially around my own home. It's special. There's no doubt about it. Again, I am not one of the Canada's team. I got to root for them because Canadian people. Last time I've been to Eastern Canada, Toronto, Ottawa, or Montreal, they could give a rip about me and where I'm from. Saskatchewan, get out of here.
Yeah, go back to your sticks.
Go clean. Clean your shoes off before you come into this restaurant, sir. Like it's
true.
So I don't. Yeah. Whatever. We're so united. Are we? Are we really?
Yeah.
But I'm pulling for the Jays
because
there's
our tax money.
So many Jays fans around in my life. All that. I'm happy for them. I'm happy for what's going on with them.
I think it's more interesting for us because at least there's an element of Canadiana to it, right? If it was, as an example, Atlanta and Cleveland, would we still be talking about it the same way? Probably not, right? Mm-hmm. Philadelphia and Kansas City, again, we don't really care, right? So I think there's an element of that brings it to the forefront. So that makes it at least a little more interesting. But the other thing is the Jays have played exciting ball. If you're a ball fan, they played exciting ball down the stretch through the playoffs and through what they're doing now. So I think it's you're watching an exciting team with a chance to do something pretty special. Yeah.
What did you think of that Game 7? You didn't think he was going. Did you think it was over?
No, I didn't really think it was over. I I didn't think they were going to get it all in one swing, but I didn't think it was over. I thought it was going to take 2 innings to get the runs they needed, but they got it done. Springer goes down as a legend for getting it done. So yeah, it was pretty cool to watch.
His bat right before wasn't very good looking.
No,
it was oogly.
Well, and a little payback for plunking him on the knee. So yeah.
It's so awesome to watch it like that. Him, the dugout, and the fans.
Yeah,
like it is just so. Look at these guys, like right. They're just kids,
just like kids. Yeah, they're like kids watching a ball game. Yeah.
Okay, so Game 1, we got Trey Savage pitching for the Jays. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to talk to Andrew Albers again. By the way,
okay,
former major leaguer.
Nice.
I want to talk about the pitching game with it, and then who's going for the Mariners?
It's the Dodgers. We don't have to worry about
Dodgers.
the Mariners.
Sorry, Snell.
I haven't seen that.
I heard it today. I think Colson's right.
Snell?
Okay, so
Dodgers announced it a couple days ago. I think it was Snell.
Okay.
The Blue Jays, let's go all the way back. All the way back to 1992 World Series.
Okay.
Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
Game 1, it was Atlanta 3-1 over the Jays. Winning pitcher, the great Tom Glavine. Losing pitcher, Jack Morris. Jack Morris looked 70 when he was in his Ford. Did he not?
He looked like he had a cigarette going the whole time he was playing.
And he possibly just walked through a barbed wire fence the week before. Like, he was grizzled. He was a grizzled veteran.
He was one homely human being.
Could sling the baseball, but he lost Game 1, and it was Toronto that jumped out to a 1-0 lead on a home run from...
Yeah,
Yes, just take a wild stab at who hit big home runs for the Blue Jays in the playoffs back then.
Devon White or Joe Carter.
Joe Carter. Joe Carter, home run in the 4th inning. It'd be fun to kind of, maybe you have to fast forward a bit. Just go back and watch some of this. I remember the tomahawk chop.
I do too.
I was in grade 9-ish or whatever, and just the sound of that stadium and the thunder. And
you were in grade 9. I was getting divorced.
Oh, fist pump. You said that was one of the best times of your life.
One of the best times of my life when that one left. Yeah. Oh, things I wish I could do over.
So let's go to 1993.
The Philadelphia Phillies.
See, for a bit there, I'm like, who the heck did they play again? Who did he hit that home run off? Yeah, it was the Phillies.
Williams.
Mitchie.
The wild thing.
Mitchie. Bad salad. Okay, so it was Toronto won game 1 that year. 8-5. At home, the Sky Dome, roof closed. Winning pitcher?
Dave Steeb.
No. Al Leiter.
Okay, the left-hander.
Sure. Losing pitcher, the young Kurt Schilling.
Really?
Save, Dwayne Ward.
Dwayne Ward got the save.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Philadelphia home runs, 0. Toronto home runs.
Carter.
You said him before.
Oh, Devo.
Devon White. And...
Robbie Alomar.
The weird one. The weird lead. The guy that kind of looked a little bit...
Rodriguez?
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. The guy that kind of looked like he'd be your science teacher.
John Olerud.
Yeah, not a baseball player. Looked like he'd be a really good guy.
That reminds me of a great story.
About a science teacher?
No, about John Olerud.
Okay.
So Ricky Henderson meets him later in life, and Olerud still talked about wearing the helmet. He said, I played with a guy in Toronto like that. And Olerud goes, that was me, Ricky. That was me you played with. There was a stacked baseball team. Ricky Henderson, Paul Molitor, John Olerud, Devon White, Joe Carter, Robbie Alomar. That was a good baseball team.
Did you mention, what was the guy that won the MVP, the old guy? Dave Stewart.
Dave Stewart, yeah. Big, menacing, mean looking. If you got scared just by him looking at you, let alone throwing.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Big human being.
Yeah.
It said Al Leiter pitched 2 2/3 innings. So Leiter got the win 2 2/3 innings in relief of a erratic Juan Guzman. Juan Guzman had soul glow going.
Yeah, he did.
In that hair. Just let your soul glow.
That was a lot of product in that hair.
No flames around this dome, please.
Nobody
no
smoke near me.
Alomar made an amazing diving catch on Lenny Dykstra, a looper behind first.
Yeah, Lenny Dykstra had the biggest chew in every time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
beach nut.
He had he had the big dip going. Yeah.
Okay, so it's fun to kind of go right. Game 1. We can go game 2 if you want. Quickly,
go ahead,
because we're gonna not be around.
Because they won it in 6, right?
So in 92, first off, 92 in Atlanta, Jays won 2-1. Ed Sprague Jr. home run.
That was the highlight of his whole career.
I was going to say.
I don't think he played much after that.
He was like a Rance Mullenix.
Yeah.
It was very
Rance at least played a little at third base.
Odd for those guys to hit dingers. Dwayne Ward, winning pitcher. Jeff Reardon, the loss. And the goggles paisano, Tom Henke. he had the save. You never catch anybody wearing glasses like that anymore.
Not anymore. No. Well, you know what? He's probably still got them at his age. He probably still wears them, but yeah. I hope he's updated. Yeah.
Tom Henke.
That was Ed Sprague's big moment. If I remember right, he was dating a figure skater at the time. That was a big thing. Yeah.
Elizabeth Manley?
I'm going to look that up.
Okay, and then game 2 in 93 in Philly, it was Toronto big. 10-3. So I don't remember that.
I don't remember that one.
That's a paddling. Pat Henkin had the win. Danny Jackson, the loss, and home runs. I've never heard of this guy's name in my life, let alone did I know he played for the Blue Jays and in the series. He hit a home run for Philly. Milt Thompson.
Nope. Nothing.
That sounds made up.
I got nothing.
Wikipedia. Milt might have hijacked this thing and put his own name in. And then Paul Molitor hit one for the Jays. Those are good times. So they won. What did they win in 6 that year? Yeah.
I think they won in 6 both times, didn't they?
And then I would like to know, and maybe it's something that you can look up, Colson. Do you remember? I would have to think 93. They were the favorites going in against Philly.
They were. Yeah.
92 though
Atlanta
against the
was
Braves.
The favorites.
Yeah.
The Braves were the favorites. Yeah.
Braves were good.
Yeah. The Braves were really good, and yeah.
No, they won in they won in 6. They won in 6 in 92, and then in 93 they took it all in 6 as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
7. No, 6.
Was it 6?
Yeah. Skydome.
So what did it go? 2-3-2? Because they started at home.
Jays, Phillies, Jays, Phillies, Jays. I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I know, what's going to happen
It went 2-3-2. Okay.
In this series with the Dodgers. I want to talk to smarter baseball players, people than you and I. Arash being one of them. Mm-hmm. He's watched a lot of ball, covered a lot of ball tomorrow, hopefully with Andre Albers. Do you just not pitch to Shohei? Shohei no way? Start a chant?
I would. I mean, it's like pitching to Vladimir Guerrero right now.
No.
Well, I mean,
more
at this. Well, they're both the same. I would say at this time, they're both hot, right? They're both hitting well. Depends on who else is on base and what the scenario is. But yeah, you don't. I mean, if he's by himself, maybe. But if you got 2 on, let him go to first. Load the bases. Get the double play. Yeah, you don't let that guy with that bat just swing away if you can avoid it. That'd be my thought.
You said Milt Thompson played for the Blue Jays?
No, played for the Phillies.
Okay, that's what I was checking.
Why do you know him?
No, just looked him up here. He actually set a Phillies record with 5 RBIs in Game 4 of the '93 World Series. So,
and then he was never to be seen from again.
He played for 7 teams from '84 to '96.
Look at Mike Cylinder of the majors. Text Prairie Dine Rentals text line. Here, what do we got? Colin from Bullier.
All right. Was just up in that neck of the woods, Colin.
I could go for a cold pint at the Bullier bar right about now in my life. Taylor Hawkins was the drummer of the Foo Fighters, passed away. His son Shane is 19 and a deadly drummer. Is he playing in the? Do we know if he's touring with him?
Yeah, is he touring with him? That would be unreal if he took his dad's spot.
Didn't the guy from the Eagles? Didn't that happen with the kid from the Eagles?
Yeah.
Glenn Fry?
Glenn Fry's kid. Yeah,
Glenn Fry's kid.
Looks like he's got like an extra knuckle in his fingers. You ever seen his? The fingers are so long.
No, not a big knuckle guy.
Well, I
don't automatically look at hands.
Well, I'm a guitar player, so I looked at his guitar. I like what he was doing. So yeah.
Why don't you bring it in and play us something then?
I got to practice a lot before we do that. We're not having a live performance.
Yosef from Regina says that the Blue Jays win. That'll probably be the first time the same team would have taken down 2 mighty monsters in the same playoff year. Would be nice. Yep.
I mean, the Dodgers, any team that's left at this point of the year is going to be a very, very good ball team, right? Nobody went 64-90 to get to the World Series, so they're going to be a good ball team. You're going to have to make sure you make smart decisions as a manager with your pitchers and with your hitters, right? And put everybody in the right spot to make sure we're successful. You know, I was talking, when we were out the other day, I was talking about this. No sport is affected so much in the game itself by the manager or the coach than baseball. No sport.
Yeah.
Right? Because he can go in and change a pitcher or change a hitter, completely change the whole game in terms of what's happening offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
Even in football, you can throw a play in, but there's 11 guys got to execute it.
That's deep, bro. Okay, Cole in North Dakota. Aren't you going that way? Cole, you might want to hook up with Sharky.
Yeah, we're headed down that way soon.
What are you hunting?
Pheasants.
Pheasants in North Dakota. He said he's torn between the Rider game and the Dakota Marker game. South Dakota State University, North Dakota State University, Saturday night. Go Jacks and go Riders. Cole from where is that game, Cole? That would actually be really cool to go to.
Well, I'm not going Saturday night, but
no, I'm talking for me. I got a passport.
Is it in where is it Pierre? Is that where the South Dakota place? Pierre, South Dakota?
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, South Dakota would be too far.
Yeah.
It was in North Dakota.
I'm going to Aberdeen, South Dakota.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can always have your say, 936-6262. I think there's a couple more here on the Foo Fighters. Just people, Jack, that they're coming. And a couple people torn between what's going to happen with the Blue Jays and the Riders.
Yeah.
It's technology nowadays, though. Go to the Rider game and watch the Blue Jay game on your phone.
You can do it all. Yeah. You can do it all.
And I just hope that it means something for the Lions. And I guess I'm in the minority here because I don't want any of these Cowboys playing. I don't want AJ Ouellette playing. I don't want Trevor Harris playing. Brett Law, somebody messaged in. Cy said, if Brett is out, who is kicking? Can we ask Dave that?
Yeah.
Campbell Fair is out of town.
Campbell Fair gone. Yeah, Campbell Fair's
well, then it's what's his name then? It's Hughes, wouldn't it be?
Is it the American kid? But then who do they take out of the roster to put him in? Dun dun dun. Mary Alford. Let somebody else return.
Then you need to take out
you need to take out an American.
Yeah. Well, look at all the guys that are out already. Would any of those guys fall into play?
Hang on, I got to look at this. 1 second.
Marcus Sales, Tommy Stevens, Keyshawn.
They're already not on the roster, so I'm looking at somebody that's on the roster that would come off.
James.
Maybe a quarter. You could take Cone off if you're not going to play him. Right?
No. You dress him. Harris isn't playing.
Harris is going to play a quarter.
All right. Hey, you guys are crazy. That's what I'm saying. This is like the Stand By Me moment. Are we going across the train bridge? Are we going to walk all the way around? And you know what almost happened to the fellas on the train bridge?
Yeah.
Verno lost his comb.
Robistelli's still on the roster and he's hurt. He's marked as out. So he could be the change.
James and Regina, hey boys, West final, ? We need the camper without a mark on him next to 7. He could be a huge factor come November 8th. This guy will be running into people in the grocery store just for some contact in the next few weeks. I get it. I'll gladly have half cord delivered to 45's campsite free of charge. Hey, are you in the firewood business, James? Well, you and I might have to talk. I'm in need of firewood.
You're in need of some birch?
What's the one that smells really good when you burn it?
Birch.
And what's the other one then? The cheap one. That's what I bought the last time. No. Pine?
Pine. Could be pine.
Pine smells good, doesn't it?
Pine's okay, but they crack a lot. You get a lot of pop.
It's okay. It's outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then the other news, because we're going to talk to Jock Wilson in hour 3, and we're going to bring this up. Trey Ford for the Elks is listed as the 3rd quarterback.
That's not
Coach's son is 2nd. And Cody Fajardo is number 1.
Yeah, it's not good for Trey Ford in Edmonton. Yeah. That ship sailed.
I didn't think this was going to happen. I knew he wasn't going to start more than what I would love to go back in the tape.
You said July 1st.
July 1st?
July 1st.
Yeah.
I know you were big on that. You were adamant. You were very loud. July 1st.
Very obnoxious.
A little bit rude at times. Yeah.
I prefer obnoxious. Okay, still more to come. Keep the text messages coming. Shane calling up in Saskatoon. Shane Hawkins is not drumming for the Foo Fighters. They recently announced, I can't read that, Ian Rubin as their drummer.
Okay.
Rubin. No idea who that is. Did he used to drum for Brian Sklar and Prairie Fire? We'll have to find out. It's the Sports Cage. Sharky's with me on this Thursday for Access Communications. Colson's in the pocket. Let him fly, 936-6262. We are streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. Welcome back. It's for Access Communications. And Sharky's here today, and he is for Flooring Superstore. People surprised on the Trey Ford thing on both text lines here. what happens to him, who knows? Again,
we're starting to rumor he's going to Winnipeg.
Yeah. He should be a natural backup for
somebody.
For Calgary. For Vernon. It's like a poor man's version of Vernon.
That's one way to put it. Poor man's version of Vernon Adams.
Sorry to the Ford family. Okay, but I'm real worried about the Riders here and who plays on Saturday. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm paranoid. Maybe I'm just a paranoid human.
I'd go with
People
that.
that have been listening to the show for a while know a lot about that. Let's talk about what Coach Mace thinks and the importance of getting guys on the field this week.
I think anybody that's on the roster has to be prepared to play. But it is, we know that we're going to be going into a bye week. And truthfully, it's a plus, I think, to have time to recuperate. But delicate balance of, staying in touch with the game at such a crucial time. So it's excellent that we do have another game here to play versus a really good opponent who's got a ton to play for as well. So we got to be on it.
I don't like it.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. Yeah, there's a limit. If they sat last week and you sit them again this week, they're off for basically a month.
That's perfect.
No, that's not perfect. That's too long to sit out.
You're still practicing. They're not just sitting on a beach chair.
It's different. You need to get some live reps. You need to go full speed.
You?
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
And I am in the minority. I get it. Yell at me, nobody else. I'm the one that thinks it. John Mace, if you're listening today, I know you listen when Maz and I are together, maybe when Sharky's here too, tell your son not to play any of these guys. John. Help us out, John.
Call Corey and straighten him out.
Oh God! See, I love our listeners. They give us what we. First off, there's about 4 messages here. I got free firewood for you, Barney. It might be a little late in the season, but thank you. And Roscoe, you live too far away. I can't come and grab that. I will shoot my profit margin. I might as well get it here. Ruben, who's the drummer, percussion for the Foo Fighters on this tour.
Elon, is that what we're calling him? Elon Ruben? Okay.
Allegedly. Ruben is the ex-drummer for the 9 Inch Nails.
Really?
I didn't even know 9 Inch Nails had a drummer. I thought it was all electronic.
No.
Love 9 Inch Nails.
They had a drummer.
Thanks for the message, no name, guy or girl. Appreciate that.
We have a diverse audience. We really do.
Love it. Hey, this is no joke. The Roughriders are hosting their annual Pink Game October 25th, tomorrow.
Saturday,
sorry. I wish it was Friday. And you got to buy, if you're going, don't take any headwear. Well, hold on. If you need to wear something.
If you need an extra toque.
If you need a toque,
yes.
Buy it at the game. Available to purchase, $20 from volunteers around the stadium, and it goes to women living with terminal cancer.
Yep. Goes to a group that supports that, and that's a great cause to support.
They grant wishes.
Yeah. And they get to do something special with their family or their kids. And what more could you want in your life than to spend time with your family and your kids? So I think that's an amazing thing to do.
It's touched everybody. I know you're like, yeah. So $20.
It's easy.
Buy a toque, a wool hat for Cole in North Dakota, a beanie,
a chapeau if you're in Quebec.
Is that what they call them?
Yeah.
Of course
they
do.
call it a toque.
I thought that's where it originated.
They even spelt Frenchy.
Where did toque originate? Colson.
Yeah, Colson's our Google. It's our Alexa.
Is. I don't have Google. They don't trust me with Google. Budget cuts. I have encyclopedias, which used to be awesome to write essays with.
Weren't they good?
It's like, I think my dad actually found, and there was like a couple missing. I think like T was missing, and possibly like something early. E? No. Anyway, I would write essays in school, and sounded so smart because I had them in the cold room.
My dad.
It's something on T. Damn it.
I never forget. I had to write an essay. I go, where am I going to find information on this, Dad?
Mm-hmm.
I bought you all those bloody encyclopedias that are downstairs. Go read one of those. Hey, what a great idea.
Encyclopedia Britannica. And the Encyclopedia salesman really got a bad rap through the years.
They did. Yeah.
But that's an honest living. Door to door selling encyclopedias.
It's evenings, weekends. Yeah. That and vacuum cleaners. We had an Electrolux.
Degrassi Junior High. I never trust vacuum salesmen after that episode with Wheels. Going to see his dad in Port Hope. Colson?
So toque, like we guessed, comes from the French word for it, which is actually Tuque and refers to knit caps.
Okay, what we thought.
Yeah, that is originally a loan word from Spanish toca, T-O-C-A, which means a woman's headdress, which originally comes from Arabic and then originally from Old Persian, talk. So
good stuff.
Apparently it's from Persia.
Good stuff. Regina Pats won last night. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. 6-3 was it?
6-3 over Lethbridge.
And my clutch performer. I got some news and notes on that.
Like it.
And then the Graham Tour, the big Bantam tournaments going on in Regina. Lots of buses if you're in town. A lot of buses and hotels are full.
They're everywhere.
The tour is on. Okay, Colson's telling us we got to take a break. Speaking of local sports, here we go. We're into quarterfinals for provincial high school football. Our high school football report is coming up next. You're listening to the Sports Cage on 620 CKRM. All right, it's finally here. We're hearing the music. It's high school football. Friday Night Lights provincials are starting. The playoffs. Friday Night Lights brought to you all season long by Warren Steinley, MP4 Regina. Louvain Warren is always on Saskatchewan's side. Okay, let's start. 1A, 6-a-side, provincial quarterfinals. The wagon that is Lemberg, 7-0 in conference number 4. They are going to be up against Kerrobert. What do we know about Kerrobert? Well, Kerrobert was 4-2 in Conference 1. They had a point differential of 122. Kerrobert's going to have their hands full. Let's be honest. This one goes down in Lemberg, 1 p.m. Saturday. I have Lemberg as the favorite in this one. I got Lemberg as the favorite going to the final. 1A, 6-a-side, first one. Second one, Rostern Huskies at the Hanley Sabres. Rostern was 2-2 in Conference 2. Rostern's going to have their hands full against the 6-0 Hanley Sabres. Their kickoff is Friday, tomorrow, 3:30 in Hanley. I got Hanley winning that one. All right, the next one, Hafford Vikings. They're good. They've been good for a long time out there. They were 4-0 in their small conference number 2. They're going to be up against LCBI. LCBI was 4-2 in conference 3. The heavy favorite is Hafford in this one. It's under the bulbs in Hafford. Should be a good time. Friday night, grab the Yetis, grab the Loud Cups, mums, and get out there. Hafford, LCBI, 7:30 Friday in Hafford. Okay, the last one in 1A, 6-a-side, provincial quarterfinals, goes down in Bigger. Hey, New York is big, but this is bigger. There's a sign out front of it. The Bigger Blazers were 6-0, taking on Carrot River. Not going to act like I know a ton about this one. Actually, I don't know a ton about it at all. This is the game that I think could go either way for some reason in this one. 1 p.m. Saturday in Bigger, Carrot River against the Blazers. Okay, 2A, 6-a-side, here we go. 5-1 versus 5-1. It's Unity traveling into town with possibly the best water tower in the province, Waka. Spell it backwards, still the same thing. Waka Warriors, they're 5-1. They lost their last game to Creighton. I gotta think they were resting guys because it was Creighton's only win of the year. Maybe they just kind of dressed some rookies. I don't know what went on there, but it's 5-1 versus 5-1. Should be a good one. 1 p.m. Saturday in Waka. Take a picture with the water tower. I think in this conference, if I had one that I would want to live stream, go to, watch on satellite dish, it's Clavette and Wynyard. The Golden Bears hosting it 3 p.m. Saturday. Clavette's rolling in. Clavette's been good over the years, so is Wynyard. This should be a dandy. Someone please send in some live updates on this one. We also got Priestville traveling into Watrous. Note the time, Friday, 6 p.m. All businesses are closing early Friday in Watrous unless Mainline Motors they have deals going. They're going to stay open, obviously. Love the Mainline crew in Watrous. Shout out to them. I got Watrous. I got Watrous in this one. Priestville coming in. Could be another good one, though. Okay, and the last one, 2A 6-a-side provincial quarterfinals goes down in Rosetown. Speaking of Mainline, Rosetown, a couple of dealerships there. They'll be staying open. It's 1 p.m. on Saturday. It could be buzzing sales there. Rosetown welcoming Hague. Hague was 4-2. Now, they had a dandy in their last game of the season. Last Thursday, it was 62-58 over Shellbrook. A tight one in that. Rosetown was 5-1 in their conference play. Should be maybe a toss-up. Your guess is as good as mine. You know more. So that's the last one. 2A 6-a-side. Okay, 9-a-side provincial quarterfinals. Here we go. Foam Lake. They were 4-2. They haven't played in a while. Looking at the schedule, Foam Lake's rest or rust, kind of like what the Riders are dealing with. Foam Lake hasn't played since October 9th when they were kind of shellacked. 43-0 by Melville. But nonetheless, strap them on. We got to go. It is Foam Lake in Humboldt to take on the 4-1 Humboldt Mohawks. Humboldt was good, but they lost their last game of the season as well. Maybe something else. It was back on October 10th, 35-0 to Delisle. So 4-2 versus 4-1, Foam Lake and Humboldt, 11:30 Saturday morning. They're playing before lunch. 11:30 Saturday in Humboldt. Then we got the Moose Jaw Vanier Vikings. They're going to have their hands full against the power that is the Melfort Comets. Melfort 6-0, well documented on this program. 1 p.m. in Melfort Saturday. Take your trunks and a towel, go for a swim later at the Northern Lights Palace. Maybe there's a hockey game, Moose Jaw and Melfort. Tisdale Tornadoes snuck into things here. They got their card into the playoffs, but they are in tough against what might be the favorites in 9A provincial quarterfinals. I know there's some other teams there, but Lumsden is good. It goes 1 p.m. Saturday. The Lumsden Devils hosting the Tisdale Tornadoes. And then the last one, the Melville Cobras. Melville's good, well coached, I am told. The Cobras welcome Jean-Paul II, the Crusaders, 1 p.m. Saturday in Melville. 12-a-side ball. Here we go. The South Final. It was always the Moose Jaw Central Cyclones. They were solid. Finished the year undefeated, 6-0. Points scored 262. Points against just 46. They are up against the Swift Current Colts. Swift Current, they have their hands full at Guthridge Field. When these two teams played each other back on September 13th, so a long time ago, Swift Current was shut out, 42-0. How much tape has Swift Current watched? What does Swift Current know? Are there any injuries? I don't know. They have their hands full, though. Moose Jaw Central, definitely the favorite to come out of the South Rural 12-a-side league. The 12-a-side North Saskatchewan final, it's an all-paradise battle. Two PA teams going at it, PA Carleton, PA St. Mary's. It's not a neutral site game. It is being played in PA. 1 p.m. on Saturday. If you're heading up to PA to the mall to shop, there you go. Now you can watch some football. Carleton and St. Mary's in the North Final. And then let's go to the city of Regina. We got 4 teams left. The number 1 seed, Miller Marauders, taking on the number 4 Winston Knowles squad. 5:15 Friday at Mosaic Stadium. And then this one is a ring-a-ding-dong dandy. 7:30. It could be toques, mitts, and a nice jacket, maybe a comforter or an Afghan. The number 3 Riffle Royals, number 2 Campbell Tartans. So, I don't know. Toss-up in this one should be a good one. The winners obviously will play in the city final. Love doing it. The local high school look. Friday Night Lights has been brought to you all year by Warren Steinley, MP for Regina Louvain, always on Saskatchewan's side. It's here on the home of local sports in Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM. We are finding out who will not be in the lineup for the Saskatchewan Roughriders coming up Saturday against BC. Brett Law, they're not playing. Keyshawn Johnson, not playing. Joe Robustelli, not playing. Marcus Sales, amongst others. How about Trey Ford in Edmonton? Relegated to the third string. Again, the Stamps. That's going to be real interesting if you ask me. What do we got? Prairie Junior Hockey League tonight. Regina Capital, 7:30, hosting the Assiniboia Southern Rebels. Great one at the Cooperators. 8 p.m., Saskatoon Blazers, Regina Pat Canadians, and the Graham Tour is going on. That place is buzzing, and of course the concession wasn't open until 5 o'clock. Somebody just texted in. WHL Cup, Team Saskatchewan, 0-1 against Alberta, 7 p.m. National Hockey League, Sens hosting the Flyers. Jets welcome Seattle. Vancouver's in Nashville. Montreal in Edmonton, 7 p.m. SportsCage.com poll. Who do you think has been the Roughriders' most outstanding player this season? Vote at SportsCage.com. Hour 1, it's for Bundle and Save with Reliance Heath. Rent a new water heater and softener together and get $400 in cash back. Call on Reliance today. We got 30 seconds.
Okay.
Anything in hour 1 that we missed, or do you want to yell at me about?
No, I never yell at you, first off. And secondly, there was nothing that we missed. It was an absolutely fantastic hour, and I can't believe it's gone that fast.
Georgie Porgy texted another real fiasco. Reputable tourney like the Graham Tour Bantam AA tournament. Teams from all over the provinces. Concession not open. 32 teams. Renowned reputation with scouts, players, families. Game started today, this morning. Signs posted not open until 5. Looks bad on the city. Thanks, Georgie. Hour 2, we are jam-packed. Arash Madani, clutch performer, NASCAR report, sprinkle of the day, SJ report, whole lot more. SportsCage on 620 CKRM. Having a joyous time. Lots of fun here with my friend Sharky on this Thursday.
Always good.
Access Communications is bringing it to you. Sharky is brought to you by Flooring Superstore. Cash and carry prices, tough to beat. I know. I get the egg on the face thing ready. Sorry. In the Friday Night Lights high school football, I missed it. Sorry?
What'd you miss?
I accumulate what people send in too throughout the week. So there's a big game tonight. 5A. Is it 5A? Yeah, 5A City Final.
Can't be final.
Tom and Johnson. Yeah, at Mosaic City Final. Winner plays the winner of Swift Current and Moose Jaw. To go play the winner out of PAPA will play 5A Saskatoon School.
Okay, which is...
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go and watch it tonight.
Trojans all the way, baby.
Tom Trojans?
Tom Trojans. Graduated from there.
What's Johnson? Raccoons?
Wildcats.
Okay, so that was sorry.
You know, there isn't any teams called the Raccoons. It's got legs.
There is one called the Pigeons.
Yeah,
I got a banner in my garage to prove it. Arash Madani allegedly is coming up here in a bit. Sorry, Colson?
I was going to say, there's a minor league baseball team somewhere, the Trash Pandas, which is the Raccoons.
That's different. They didn't say raccoon. They said Trash Panda. That's different.
I love it. Okay, talk about hunting quick.
Okay, quick.
You showed me your picture. You should see the amount of geese this guy. All golfers out there.
I was doing my part for the golf courses, people.
Thank you.
Was doing my part for the golf courses.
Can you do that every day?
Could. A little tricky, but could. I'm going to need some sponsorship. We had a great 3 days up in the Strasbourg area with the boys from Last Mountain Lake Outfitters. Bryce, Riley, Aiden, Josh helped us out tremendously. Put us on some great hunts. Lots of birds. It was fun to knock those geese down, and actually some really nice ducks. We got a couple we're actually going to get mounted. A redhead, and a widgeon.
I believe you.
They're going to the taxidermist, so yeah.
I believe you.
A couple of big geese, like 20 to 25 pounder, like big geese came down. Yeah.
They are the grossest things on golf courses. I have no idea why we stand for it.
Yeah.
Is it just because like the whole PETA and the don't hurt the geese?
Well, you're not allowed to shoot them in the summertime, which is kind of one of the rules.
But I can walk on all their feces everywhere. And that's just right. Gross.
I know.
It's not allowed. Shouldn't be allowed.
I did my bit. If everybody did their bit and shot 20 geese, we wouldn't have this problem.
Can I borrow a gun? Is that allowed?
Oh, yeah, sure. I got lots. Okay. The other point I make about this is there are billions of these things. Billions. Mm-hmm. We're not going to miss.
What's next? We're going to be worried about killing mosquitoes.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to Jaeden Marwick in hour 3 of the U of R Rams, but they are playing tomorrow. It's a big game because they got to win. UBC, it's 1 o'clock at Leibel Field. Get out there. There's going to be a bunch of high school kids and school kids going, which is a great idea. Should be a great day for football come late October.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Again, Elbow Golf Course might be where I'm at. But, that's 1 o'clock kickoff tomorrow. Okay. Still more to get to. Riders, we're going to hear some more from them. Glen Suitor in hour 3, SJHL Report. But let's get going with Arash Madani.
It's time to go coast to coast with Arash Madani for Smart Investing Solutions. Be smart with your money. Call Brian Gawley at Smart Investing Solutions, 546-2533.
All right. This poor guy.
Look at him smiling.
Took it on the absolute both chins the other day, as they say about me. A hot take, I have them all the time. I'm wrong. I'm wrong about stuff literally every day. You're wrong once in a hot take and all that, and people just pile on, but it's okay. We covered that the other day. Now, Sharky and I, is it Sharky and I, Colson? Okay, well, here, we will throw ourselves under the bus. This is back in
opening day.
We talked about hardball this way.
If the Blue Jays are to do anything, and especially after today, who really knows, their starting pitching is going to have to be massive for them. Because we talked about this on Tuesday. Their bullpen is dreadful. So it's what the starters can do that's going to be so important for them.
My heavy sigh is still hanging in the air from Tuesday when you said they got a chance of making the playoffs.
Of course they have a chance.
No, they don't. No,
well, everybody gets in now, Sharky. Everybody gets in as long as you're not, a 74-win team.
They'll be lucky to get 74 wins. When you start out 12-2
get your book
at
out.
home,
get the book.
home, get the book, Colson. Write this down. When you lose 12-2 at home on opening day with your apparent number one guy on the mound.
Hold on. It's not over. It still could be 15 or 16. Don't sell the Orioles short here, Sharky.
That's true. The Orioles get another at bat yet. Yeah,
right.
True. I don't see enough change in this roster from last year to say that this is going to make a difference. I don't.
Yeah, and I understand where you're coming from. I do. I think a healthy Bo Bichette is a big difference. I think that Vladimir Guerrero Jr., whatever this is it a pending free agent year or isn't? I think this has got to be a monster year for Vlad. But I understand a lot of what you're saying.
We can end it there. That was back. That was back in. I was slimmer. What month was that? And where's that sweater?
No, you weren't.
Okay.
That didn't age well. Oh my God.
Well,
it's been a good
things age well. I'm going to pat myself on the back. The health of Bo Bichette looms large.
Yes.
And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has to have a monster year. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. had a monster year, and here we are on, 7 months later, and the health of Bo Bichette looms large.
Yeah. If you guys want to look at my betting history online, too, it replicates that particular speech. Yeah.
We're all human, boys.
Yeah.
We're not robots, although sometimes we think we are.
It's just sports. Yeah.
It is just sports. Okay. You know what I was going through in hour 1, Arash? I went through games 1 and 2 of the 92 and 93 series. What a trip. What a trip down memory lane for the people and us. It was a lot of fun.
What stood out?
What's that?
What stood out?
Jack Morris lost game 1. And that Jack Morris was in his 40s, but he looked like he was 75.
Yes.
And was in smokers. I was in Kramer's smoking lounge every day of those 75 years.
You know what's interesting? I worked with Jack for 2 or 3 seasons on the Blue Jays broadcast, and I swear in 2014 he looked younger than he did in 1992. It's funny how that.
He was a grizzled looking man.
He was. That's the word we used in hour 1. If there was ever, if you looked up grizzle vet in those fantastic encyclopedias,
or Marlboro Man, he could have been the Marlboro Man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked working with Jack a lot. I just remember the producer would be like, "You think you and Jack could do something pregame?" And I'm like, I gotta wait to see Jack in person. He's not a text message kind of guy. And he's the type of dude, this is what I wrote, I still remember in the text. He's the type of dude who wakes up, who probably washes down a bucket of nails with some Jack Daniels. Well, I just got to see what he's going to be like when we get to the ballpark. And I meant it with fondness. I enjoy Jack. I was thrilled he got into the Hall of Fame.
I picture... This is what I picture. Jack Morris in 92 and then still early 2000s, him rolling up to work or the Sky Dome in some sort of half ton or Cutlass with a roll down window, smoking and just grunting.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Angry at everybody.
Yeah.
I bet he didn't have his coffee black. Like, his coffee was tar. You know what I mean? Like, that's Jack Morris.
I don't see the beans in there. Put the beans back in.
It's awesome though, and it's exciting. And I've been kind of watching the aftermarket ticket thing that we're here. It's World Series and it's starting in Canada, Arash.
Yeah, it is. And I'm telling you guys, like, there is a buzz in this city right now. People are into it. People are excited. Like, the Dodgers are here. Like, media day is happening. Workouts are going on. It's a go. And boys, I got to tell you, like, to me, this is one of the most amazing stories that you're going to get with Trey Savage starting game one.
Without a doubt,
of this World Series. Okay, so here you have a 22-year-old kid who's going to get the ball. When he starts game one tomorrow, he will have started more playoff games in the big leagues than regular season games in the big leagues.
Yeah.
When he goes and steps on the mound tomorrow, it'll be like 200 days after he made his pro debut. 200 days. And I looked up who they played 200 days ago. It was the Jupiter Hammerheads in low A in front of 347 people.
He paid
tomorrow,
to play.
200 days later, in the first World Series game in Toronto since 1993, he's going to open proceedings facing Shohei Ohtani in the Fall Classic. Like, what is even going on right now?
How do you think he sleeps? Does he get any rest tonight? Yeah.
That's the thing. The kid
Indica.
just kind of seems unflappable.
Good for him. Good for him.
Okay, what's going on with Mr. Bo Bichette?
Okay, so the way this works is...
Give me the straight shet.
Straight Chet and Bichette. 26 guys are on your World Series roster.
26.
They have to declare the roster tomorrow morning. Bo is taking ground balls this afternoon. Bo has only faced air quote live pitching in simulated games. He's saying all the right things. Schneider says it's going to come down to it.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Do you like his bat better than their 13th infielder, their 13th guy on the roster? Do you like his bat better?
Well, yeah, of course you do, Sharky. You liked his bat April, May, June, July, August, September, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The issue is he has not taken a big league at bat since September 6th. Where's his timing? Where's his rhythm? Where's all the stuff against one of the best, well, the best rotation in baseball? That's one part of it. The other is, who knows where Springer is with his whole knee situation? Springer has been DHing. Can Bo really play the infield for you? Can he twist and turn and change directions and do all that stuff? If he's just going to be your DH, what happens to Springer? And if all of this isn't it, if he's just going to be a pinch hitter, then how do you manage that? So I think there's a lot of layers to this whole thing.
I'd want his bat in the game. I mean, this is
what positions can he play? He
shortstop in second.
And DH.
Yeah.
Okay. Full disclosure, because I'm not a huge baseball or Blue Jays fan, so way back when.
Really, Mr. Baseball?
Way back when. And you were talking about the pitching, and we were talking about Gosman.
Yeah.
And all that, and I think I might have heard it somewhere else. And I was like, they're pronouncing it wrong. That must be the son of Juan Guzman. I seriously, full disclosure, I usually only tell this to close friends, and I don't know if anyone's even listening today.
Sharky,
but yeah,
Sharky,
I'm being honest.
Sharky, you are the company you keep.
I got to be careful where I'm hanging around.
How is the? I love calling myself out. It's kind of a game for me. But in all seriousness, how is the pitching rotation for the Blue Jays looking here in the World Series?
So obviously a Savage one. They haven't announced 2. Gosman to me is going to be the Game 2 starter. If he hadn't pitched in Game 7, I'm almost certain he'd be getting the ball tomorrow.
Yeah.
He told some reporters down at the ballpark today, he said, I knew when I got into Game 7 that this could be the case, blah, blah, blah. He's like, I can't go into the World Series not being at my best. So that way he gets Game 2, which means he then gets Game 6. What's interesting about the Savage thing, guys, is that the way these things usually go in a best of 7 is if you start Game 1, you start Game 5. Game 5 is in LA. What they had done previously, they always made sure the kid was pitching at home. So that changes the dynamic a little bit. After that, Bieber, I'm sure, will get Game 3. But my question is, and I mean this sincerely, do you roll the dice and go Max Scherzer again? 40-something-year-old Max Scherzer. He rolled back the clock.
He's
against
psycho.
The Mariners.
He is angry dad.
Sure. But it's also angry Mookie Betts and, never angry Freddie Freeman and Shohei Ohtani and.
Who gives you the best chance? It's not little.
It's either that or a bullpen game.
Yeah.
No, but it's that
little.
or a bullpen game. Or I guess, no, it's not little, but it'd be Bassett, I guess. How many innings can Bassett give you? That becomes a question, too.
I like Scherzer if he's got to go. I do. I like the intensity. I like to compete. I like the want. I don't have a problem if they got to do it for Game 4. But that's just my personal thought. But what we haven't talked about, you hinted a little bit at it, the Dodgers. We don't know a lot about the Dodgers out here in Saskatchewan. Tell us a little bit about the Los Angeles Dodgers and what we're going to expect.
Man, the highest payroll in baseball. They can beat you in so many ways. Defending World Series champions. And I mentioned this earlier, best rotation in baseball. Like, they do this weird thing, guys, where their starters in the NLCS, Blake Snell went 8 innings. Yamamoto went a complete game. If there's a weakness on the Dodgers team, it's their bullpen. But here's the thing. Their starting pitching goes deep, if not completing a lot of games. So the Dodgers can beat you in a lot of different ways. Their bats are very potent. Their starting pitching is very good. Blake Snell, who gets the ball tomorrow in Game 1, has just been outstanding in these playoffs. So stop if you've heard this before. Can the Blue Jay bats continue to do whatever it is they've been doing? But LA's been ruthless in October, and their starters are really good. The other thing, don't forget, Teoscar Hernandez, the former Blue Jay. Sprinkle time, Barney. 18-1 to win World Series MVP. Yeah,
18-1?
18-1 World Series MVP.
Chakai. Let me look at we only go off Sports Select now, which has futures. Okay, what do you want me to look at?
World Series MVP. Can you pull that up?
I got rugby. What was I thinking? I was thinking of putting a future down in some sort of rugby. World Series MVP.
It's bottom one.
Most valuable player. Who do you like?
Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar, why not?
1550.
1550.
Okay.
I saw in a book today it was 18. So
1550. Colson wants to pull up.
How about Alejandro Kirk at 27?
Ooh, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Colson's getting us all in trouble. Colson, what do you got for us?
Yeah.
Not getting anyone in trouble. Saw this the other day, and I just have to find it.
Sir.
World Series history. A team that sweeps their way to the World Series versus a team that takes 7 games. Right now, the team that takes 7 is 4-0.
Look at that. Look at that. I like
That's
that, Colson.
Interesting little nugget. Yeah.
So
okay.
I will tell you a couple of things about these. I covered the 2012 World Series. The Tigers' offense, their bats just a week off. Their timing was off. It was a mess. That was the teeth of the Madison Bumgarner era.
Yeah, could he throw?
And that was never close. I don't even want to know.
What did you get, Barney?
The Rockies never stood a chance in 2007.
No.
And was 88, was that the Kirk Gibson?
I believe so.
Pinch hit. Look who's coming to the plate with a bat in his hand. Yeah. So, yeah.
You know what we do? We had some fun at the expense of Jack Morris.
Yes.
Earlier. In Game 2 in 92, you know who got the save for the Blue Jays? Arash? Same size glasses that you're wearing right now. And he wore them while playing in the majors.
Tom Hankey.
Yes. Can you imagine a guy showing up to the mound wearing those in 2025? I love it. I think it should happen.
I was listening to an interview with Joe Kelly on a podcast, on a Boston area podcast. Kelly pitched for the Red Sox and he went to the Dodgers, big part of LA's thing. He said something interesting, guys. And this is it. When you have the resources, you can do something like this. He said the Dodgers do not care as a front office about the regular season. He said, I got injured. I was ready to come back to play. And they said, no, just take your time. We don't need you now. We didn't sign you for 162 games. We signed you for a month. So when you're good to come back, great. Good to come back, whatever. It's not until you feel great that we'll even entertain you coming back in the mix. We don't need your innings totals going up. We don't need you playing a July Wednesday in Colorado for us. We brought you here to win in October. So, Joe, we're just going to make sure that we're going to be in the best position possible in October. And when you have a really talented team that can win it, the Dodgers didn't have the best record in the NL. The Dodgers went on the road in the NLCS. The Dodgers didn't win more games than the Blue Jays this year. They're the road team right now. But they're just like, get into the playoffs. We're really talented. Make sure you're healthy. Make sure you're hot.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let's give people in 30 seconds quickly that don't know about the Freddie Freeman tie to Canada.
This is really cool. If you're watching the game tomorrow, take a look at Freddie Freeman's necklace. You can unscrew it, and in there is the hair of his late mother, Rosemary, who was born in Ontario. And Freddie lost his mom to melanoma skin cancer when he was 10 years old. He plays internationally for Canada, the World Baseball Classic. He suits up for Canada as a tribute to his mom. And he says, I have that necklace because my mom is always with me. He said it'd be so cool if she was here, in human form and physical form with us. She'd be right there in the front row with a big sign, that's my boy, that's my son. I had a long chat with Freddie about it a couple of years ago, and he wants to pay tribute to Rosemary whenever he can. He called her a 5'4" fiery redhead who loved hard, felt hard, and was so proud of her sons. And look at him now. MVP, World Series
awesome.
MVP, two-time World Series champion, and he's going to be in Canada for the World Series starting tomorrow.
I remember when you did that interview. That was really well done.
Now I'm going to cry.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
It's okay. Let her buck, bud.
Oh, man.
Let her buck, bud. Hey, Kate, let's have some fun then. Let's all have one hot take before the start of this series. Let's all have one. Colson, you included.
All right.
Let's go. Hey, that's how I like. When one of my buddies gets piled on,
we have a hot take?
all go. So let's go. We can all have one here.
You want me to go first?
Yep. Because I have mine, and mine's going to annoy you.
Ohtani walks more than he hits. He gets more walks than hits.
Good one.
My turn?
Who's next? Wilson.
We'll go I can't even say his name. Alejandro Kirk for MVP.
I like that.
Why not?
I like that.
Colson's taking my thunder. I was going to go with Teoscar as World Series MVP. So there you go.
What did I call him the other day? Varger or Barger?
Barger.
It's
I know.
You're hot take. You don't even know the man's name.
No. Mine wasn't going to be really baseball. Hoffman shows up with Hankey's glasses. No. What can I say? Something really off track. There will be a disruption in one of the games in Los Angeles because of an earthquake.
Oh, wow.
Like, what greater disaster are you going to predict?
San Francisco style.
Oh,
I
man.
didn't say anyone's going to die. It's going to be
Barney
disruption.
Shynkaruk fault.
Yeah.
I don't think that's Chavez Ravine,
San
though.
Andreas fault.
Have you ever seen the story on how they built that and where it's built and all that?
No.
Chavez Ravine? It's quite interesting. You would like it.
Okay. Arash, what's yours? You're not going with Teoscar now.
You don't even have to give one.
Yeah, Teoscar MVP.
Okay.
Okay.
I will refrain from bringing up Freddie Freeman from George Springer in anything for the next 7 games.
No, okay, then
Not a Springer fan?
I'm gonna go, and I'm actually might go place this future at sportselect.com and then get the QR code and then I'll go and play it at the Lotto Stop retailer.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go Springer.
You're going to go Springer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I better, if I don't place that bet, people will know because that'll win. That'll win good cash. I don't know. I might not even put that much down.
Otani's going to walk more than he hits.
Here we go. Game 1 tomorrow, Arash. Can't wait to catch up next week and chat with you, my man. Do you have any predictions on football this weekend? Quickly? Like CFL.
CFL. I was just going to take the Chargers.
Over under 1,000 fans in Edmonton tomorrow night.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'll go the over there. I will go with Hamilton, Ottawa, Ticats by 24.
Do they even finish that game? Does Ottawa just leave?
They mercy rule them?
They want to go watch the World Series.
Exactly.
Can we run straight time? Just start the clock and run it. Just carry on.
Put those kids in. Okay, talk to you next week, bud.
Thanks, Rash.
Hey, guys. You got it.
Right on. Coast to Coast with the Arash Madani is brought to you by Brian Gawley and Smart Investing Solutions. Be smart with your money. Call Brian at 546-2533. Let's go to a quick break. We'll come back with an interesting text if I'm allowed to read it. Text of the year, maybe. It's a SportsCage, 620 CKRM. Okay, my clutch performer, Caden Brown, last night for the Regina Pats. Career high 4 points, 2 goals, 2 assists, and a Pats 6-3 win. Also, I want to throw this out. Tonight in Mossbank, Saskatchewan, at the rink, they got a fundraiser for Tyler Hutchinson. He's putting up the good battle. He's from Moose Jaw, good Sasky boy. He designed the banner for the CHL honoring the Broncos, played with the Mossbank Blades. Awesome guy. He's in a battle right now. So if you're in around Mossbank tonight, at the rink, fundraiser, go have some, I want to say it's some sort of food thing.
Sausage? Brogies?
I thought it was burgers.
Could be.
Anyways, let's get out there and support
Tyler.
Support Tyler, Mossbank, 4:30 to 9 tonight.
Can't top that. That's a great clutch performer, and I wish Tyler and his family all the best with that.
Clutch performers for Nick Service in Emerald Park, your local Massey Ferguson, Challenger, Rogator, Gleaner, and Fent dealer. Call 781-1077.
The SportsCage NASCAR Report, where rubbin' is racing, is brought to you by Croft Electric. 27 years of trusted, reliable home, farm, and commercial service for all your electrical needs. Visit croftelectric.com and on all socials.
We got one more race before we go to the final in Phoenix, and Chase Briscoe is added as a qualifier for the final on November 2nd. With this, Joe Gibbs Racing Team now has 2 drivers guaranteed in the Final Four. Denny Hamlin punched his ticket 2 weeks ago. Christopher Bell, also of Joe Gibbs Racing, holds down spot number 3. Kyle Larson sits fourth, 36 points ahead of the other 4 drivers. Ryan Blaney, Joey Logano, William Byron, and Chase Elliott are going to need a win to advance, as they sit literally too far back in the standings. Last week's race at Talladega had all the drama that it usually provides. Race winner Briscoe led only 16 laps, and there are 27 different drivers who led laps, 77 lead changes. Like almost as many as laps. Only 9 drivers didn't finish the race, a low number for Talladega, and there are only 6 cautions with an average speed of 149 miles per hour. Now we go to the Paperclip in Martinsville. Small track, tight spaces, and a shot at the Final Four is on the line.
Blaney.
You like that?
Blaney on Sports Select futures, 475. He's the favorite.
That's a good bet. Blaney's a good bet, and he needs to win to go to the finals. So, yeah, it's a good bet.
Followed by Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson.
Pass on Hamlin. He's already through. He doesn't need any points. Watch Hamlin stay in the middle of the track.
What about Georgia's boy, Christopher Bell, 750?
Christopher needs he could use the win, but he's got enough points to advance. He could play it safe, but Blaney is a really good choice.
Okay, NASCAR report for Croft Electric, 27 years of reliable service in and around Regina. CroftElectric.com. You can also find them on all the socials, and they are putting up permanent lighting. Holiday lighting or just lighting right now.
CFL playoff lighting.
Halloween lighting.
Whatever you want it to be.
Yes.
Make your house look better than your neighbor's lighting.
CroftElectric.com. Exactly.
That's how they should sell it. Yeah.
Okay, Colson, what do we got now? Sprinkle?
Yeah.
All right. I have it up here. I have it up. Sprinkle of the day for Sports Select. Simply make your picks online. Now generate a QR code and lock in your bet at your local lotto spot retailer. 100% illegal. The chance of winning cash in hand. Sports Select. When you're ready to play, bet on the original. Must be 18 years of age or older. Okay.
You mean legal, right?
Yeah, you said legal, not illegal.
Legal. Oh,
It is legal.
The correction police are in the building today.
Oh, how's your Tourette's?
Let's go Major League Baseball playoffs. And
I like that Springer bet for MVP.
Series end. This is interesting. You can play. Does the series end game 6, 7, 5, or 4?
I got 6. It's going at least 6.
So that would give you back 290.
Okay.
Game if it goes 7. See, then if you place this sportselect.com, then you're fine. You're in the game. Doesn't matter even if the Jays. If you're a Jays fan, you don't. Yeah, you're in the mixer. Game 7 pays 310. Game 5 330, and a sweep
pays 6.
So that should have been my hot take. A Jays sweep. Like so unbelievable.
A Jays sweep would have been unbelievable.
Pays 6.
That's got to pay more. There's got to be a separate right? Yeah. If it's on a sweep.
You can get on the bets with futures. NBA Final, NCAA Soccer, NASCAR, doesn't matter. Go find it.
Toronto Blue Jays 4 straight pays 20.
I don't know. Here, everyone want to have a good laugh? Here's a good future. Give me a sec. Pull it up.
What are you doing?
This is just while we're having some fun and some laughs.
Okay. Where are you going?
Stanley Cup winner, Toronto Maple Leafs paying 18 right now.
That's going to fall.
Stanley Cup. There. Just to have some fun with the Leafs fans.
That'll fall.
It's the Sports Cage. We are streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com. Coming up, we're going to get local with the SJHL Report. We're on 620 CKRM. There it is, SJHL Report, like he said, for Chad Reach, Senior Wealth Advisor, GP Financial, and Visa Wealth. All right, Benny. Nice to have you back, by the way. Hey, look, we know you coach football. You're calling hockey games. You're doing this. Maybe you're finishing a harvest somewhere for somebody. We're not sure. The last week here in the SJHL, what's jumped out at you? What can you share with us and the listeners?
Yeah, just the continued success for the Weyburn Red Wings. They've had another great stretch, and the emergence of the Highway 39 rivals, the Estevan Bruins. So those two teams are the ones that jump out at me. Estevan kind of slowly going by their business. They beat the Nipawin Hawks, who had a great stretch coming in, and then they beat the Flin Flon Bombers as well at the tail end of their road trip. So there's whatever's happening in southeastern Saskatchewan's been cooking right now. And then you talk about West Central Saskatchewan, Kindersley comes in, and they had 6 out of a possible 8 points in a 4 games and 5-night road trip, which is always tough for them. So those are 3 teams that kind of stood out for me. And then you look up north, Flin Flon Bombers, maybe the wrong direction. They won 6 straight to start the season. Now they've lost 6 straight, and they head back south for their 3rd kind of a southern road trip starting this weekend through Yorkton and Humboldt. So those are kind of the things that stood out for me. But yeah, it's been great now once again if you're fans of teams in the southeastern Saskatchewan province.
You know what's interesting to me is how they've turned over, right? So last year's champs, right? Now having a little more struggles getting getting things started. Melfort's 5-4. Obviously, they're in the national final last year. Nipawin's 8-3. Weyburn repeating, though, going to the final last year, bringing it back to the top. So it's interesting to see that turnover in junior hockey that we anticipate. Sometimes it's not as big as it is what we see right now.
No, exactly. And we talked a little bit last week. So it can be about schedule too. We'll see what these teams go on road trips, see how that adjusts here as the weather gets cooler. But get a hats off to Cody Mapes for his bunch too. He lost a starting netminder. He went to the BCHL. He lost a lot of scoring. They had 7 top scorers left, and they just kind of rolled there, and guys are playing better roles. So it's the tale of junior hockey. Sometimes it's a little bit of a couple-year rebuild. Sometimes you can kind of refresh and wash your hands and get back at it the next year. So it's what makes junior hockey pretty special.
The power rankings are at sportscage.com. Just released. Weyburn is in first spot, and then Kindersley jumping up to second. Again, the surprise for me, and I don't think they'll be there that long, Melfort at number 6, although it was a good week for Trevor Blevins.
Yeah, it was good for Trevor Blevins. Of course, Trevor, which is hard to believe, he'd never had any Hockey Canada experience, but he has been named the head coach of Canada West for the World Junior A Challenge, which will take place in Quebec coming up at the beginning of December. So just kind of a great accolade for Trevor after taking his team to the national final last couple of years and the league title back-to-back years. So I'm sure when we look at this Canada West squad, sometimes it's pretty heavy on the AJHL in Alberta because it's been an Alberta coach and general manager. Now you got Trevor in there. I'm sure we'll see more Saskatchewan-born players and some MJHL players as well on that roster. So I'm sure that's going to be announced, of course, with the Western Canadian Showcase, where MJHL and SJHL team showcase in front of those coaching staff. And I think we're going to see a little bit more of a hard-nosed Saskatchewan flavor on the roster.
What's the big games coming up this weekend? Where's the travel to? Where do we go?
Well, I don't have to travel too far because I'm in Yorkton as the Flin Flon Bombers come back to town. But I keep an eye on. I'm going to go with the Nipawin Hawks and Humboldt Broncos coming up on Friday night. So tomorrow night, the Hawks, of course, had a great start to their season. Had a little bit of stumble on the road, and they're playing a Humboldt team that's kind of finding their groove right now and scoring a lot of goals and keeping it out. So I'm going to go with Nipawin and Humboldt on Friday night there at the Elgar Peterson Arena. Then the very next night, Humboldt welcomes Flin Flon. So if you're in central Saskatchewan, probably Humboldt might be the place to be.
I was in that. I talked about this earlier in the show. I was in that Yorkton rink last night. Wear shorts and a tank top.
It's a little warm.
It is a warm barn, and the ice looked a little bit slow, but
a little mushy.
And then, like I said, advertisements everywhere. If it's available to advertise, they're getting it done.
That's a spot. Put a sign on it.
Benny's on 2 of the doors. At least.
Really? Nice.
Yeah.
Full-size pictures?
Benny on the doors. I think so. Yeah.
Nice.
Good looking shots. Also, you know what, Benny? A couple of cool events to promote this weekend in Warm. One in Warm and one in Nipawin.
Yeah, exactly. Nipawin's they've been kind of producing this one for a long time. It's an alumni weekend in Nipawin, so it'll be taking place October 24th, Friday and Saturday. They have a little alumni game between the U18 Wolfpack and Hawks alumni, then of NHL alumni against the Hawks alumni coming up on Saturday afternoon for a fundraiser. So the likes of Corey Cross, Chris Joseph, Matthew Barnaby, Bernie Nichols will playing kind of a slew of Hawks alumni. So that's going to be happening on Saturday. Then it kind of the game that's going to be really, really important is the Pink the Rink game for the Warman Wolverines. Will take place on Friday when they take on the Melville Millionaires. So they'll wear some special edition pink jerseys, and they'll raise awareness for the fight childhood cancer, with all the proceeds going to the oncology units at the Jim Patterson Children's Hospital in Saskatoon. So a lot of these teams do kind of these initiatives, but Warman, of course, for their first ever season, this is kind of their first ever special game. So if you have a chance, head out to both of those communities. You can find out more information at sjhl.ca, where you can buy some of these sweet looking jerseys for the Warman Wolverines. So a couple of good events to keep an eye on, which the SJHL clubs across the communities always do a good job raising money for some great causes.
Very cool.
Bernie Nichols out there. Hit a couple of really
Darcy Hardachuk's there. So it should be a good day.
Hardachuk I can see out there. Bernie Nichols. I remember that card when 1989 with the Kings looking all sweet.
He had some good hair.
He had good hair for the Kings franchise. Fit right in. Wayner didn't have the best hair anymore in the team. It was Bernie Nichols. Okay, before we let you go, Mr. High School Football, let's go. I'm gonna get predictions from you here as we start the quarterfinals. All right, 1A 6 aside. You might want to write these down, Colson. 1A 6 aside. Who do you have coming out and meeting in the final?
Oh boy. Well, I got some relatives on Lemberg, so I better take the North Valley Eagles for that one. So
Give them a shout out.
Well, Jackson Geisler, of course, is my cousin Curtis's son. So I think they're gonna have a good chance. I think you look at Hafford, of course, is going to be. So I think it's going to be Hafford and Lemberg in the final once again. So we'll go there for 2A.
2A, 6 2, or that's 1A, 6 aside. 2A, 6 aside. Let's go 2A, 6 aside.
I'm going to go 2A. This is a tough one. I'm going to go Wynyard. Wynyard and Raymore combined, and they're very, very good. It's going to be a good battle. Wynyard's playing Covets in the opening game on Saturday, but I'm going to go Wynyard and Waka coming up in the final for that one.
Okay.
Waka. Spell it backwards, baby. 9 aside provincial quarterfinals. Can you take Melville?
Oh, well, we will.
We can edit this out.
No, we have a good chance if we play well. We're still a young team, so we'll see what happens. Semifinals and the finals berth would be great for us, but the team to beat is the Melfort Comets. They've been unbelievable last couple of years. Yeah. They have great roster, great coaching staff. So Melfort will definitely be there. We'll see if us or Lumsden or something like that can make there. But these 4 quarterfinals are all going to be good matchups. Okay, and then South Rural, Swift Current, Moose Jaw Cyclones. That's going to be a good. Moose Jaw waxed them when they played earlier in the season. They've been on a roll, but Swift Current, I think they can show better here. Yeah, I think so too. Swift Current, you never know with football. Now it's supposed to be nice weather, so the weather might not play a factor, but I think it's going to be Moose Jaws to lose, but I think Central is going to sneak it out. Maybe it won't be as lopsided as I thought, but I think it's going to be Moose Jaw and BGM coming up in the final. BGM has always had a good school there in Saskatoon when they play Aiden Bowman, so it's going to be a good battle here this weekend. It's definitely going to be great weather, so check out some high school football. I should have asked you who you predict more people at the Lemberg game or more people in Edmonton at the Elks game.
I'm going
probably Lemberg.
I think
I'm going Lemberg.
I think
easy.
Lemberg Eagles. Here we come. Okay, Benny, thanks so much, bud. Travel safe this weekend. Good luck on your football game.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
right on. That is the SJHL Report, brought to you by Chad Reach, Senior Wealth Advisor, GP Financial Services, and Aviso Wealth. Hey, your employer plan might not be right for you. If you want to get a second opinion, talk to Chad Reach and his team. You can visit it at gpfinancial.ca. This is the Sports Cage. We're on the home of local sports in Saskatchewan, 620 CKRM. Okay, Regina is revealing... The Riders are revealing who won't play on Saturday against the Lions. Sharky, I know Brett Lother not playing. Keyshawn Johnson not playing. Joe Robustelli not playing. Marcus Sales not playing.
Zach Fry not playing. Shane Ray not playing. Marcus Sales not playing. Tommy Stevens not playing. Yeah. Nick Weeb not playing.
All right. Yeah. We'll see how
Rowan Milligan, Dante Myers not playing.
And we'll see who is going to suit up. Prairie Junior Hockey League tonight. Capitals hosting the Assiniboia Southern Rebels at the Ritchie 7:30. How about a tilt at the Sixer with the Graham Tour going on? Regina Pat Canadians playing host to another one of the powers in the league. The Saskatoon Blazers, 8 p.m. puck drop. WHL Cup, Saskatchewan, Alberta go out at 7 p.m. Saskatchewan's 0-1. National Hockey League Sens welcome the Flyers. Jets play host to the Kraken. Vancouver's in Nashville. Montreal is in Edmonton. In hour 2, it is for Extreme Hockey and Sport in Regina and Umbrella Marketing, where this month only you can win $1,000 back. And don't forget about the price match guarantee at Extreme Hockey and Sport. They're local. They support local. Extreme Hockey and Sport. Hour 3's coming up. We got Jaeden Marwick from the U of R Rams. We got Jock Wilson, Calgary Stampeders pre- and post-game host, and Glen Suitor. It's a Sports Cage for Access Communications on 620 CKRM. Hour 3 of the world-famous Sports Cage on this Thursday for Access Communications.
Love it.
Sharky is in the house. He is for Flooring Superstores and Colson's. Got everything you need if you want to text or call in 936-6262. Glen Suitor coming up in a bit here. Jock Wilson, pre- and post-game show for the Calgary Stampeders. And also Jaeden Marwick, U of R Rams offensive coordinator, will be in this hour. If you missed any of it, it's been a lot of fun. We've been riding. You can pick it up in podcast form, watch it on YouTube later. Whatever you want, basically, you got it. Okay, I'm going to mention this text message we get in on the Prairie Land Rentals text line. I said, can I mention it? His and we did in hour 1. If you missed it, you got to go back and listen. John Mace messaged back. Coach Mace's dad. Corey never listens to what I have to say. and then he goes into some other thing. I'll say that. So, Johnny boy, John Mays, thanks so much for messaging in. I thought that was a weird area code. He's in San Diego. Nice place to be. Okay, big news. First off, if you missed the sports ticker, some riders that aren't playing Saturday. Brett Lawther is not playing. John Mace is kicking. Actually, no. Keyshawn Johnson's not playing. Joe Robustelli's not playing. Marcus Sale's not playing.
Dante Meyer's not playing.
Weeb. Yeah, so
Weeb's not playing.
Trevor Harris and AJ Ouellette play. I do not like that at all. But
Shane Ray's not playing.
Yeah, I'm in the minority on that. The other big news in Regina today, and we never get any concerts. Well, the Foo Fighters.
One now.
It was teased, I guess, somewhat well over the week. And Foo Fighters are coming. Is it next September?
Yeah, September 15th.
Not a huge fan. Take it or I love the ticket prices. Smart. Good on. Starting at $59. This is the kind of concert that I'd sit way in the top deck, do some things, have a beer, and just take it all in.
Yeah.
And then we started talking in hour one. First off, I forgot Guns N' Roses played Mosaic State. I was at that concert. I remember leaving early. My wife wanted to leave early, and I was like, they haven't played November Rain yet. We got to stay. But the concert that you go to, because when I was looking up Foo Fighters and their 1995, their first Big Me, that had to have been their first hit that I remember.
I looked it up. Hang on. This is a call. That was the first big hit.
Don't know that song.
I don't know it
and
either.
We don't want to play it because we don't want to get flagged. But I remember Big Me, the video and all that. Then we started going into like concerts that you've went and seen.
But Everlong was out before that. So that's even bigger to me.
Really?
Yeah.
And you said they're not going to play Big Me. And I was like, come on, you got to play that song. And then I was like, what is a artist or concert that you went to that they didn't play the song you wanted to? And I started it off with George Strait, who's got so many hits and songs, and he never played. Both times I've seen him, Love Without End, Amen, Love Without End, Amen, and Where the Sidewalk Ends, which I know he wasn't going to play.
No.
It's just, did anybody come to mind for you?
I can picture him standing on stage, but I can't remember the concert.
Ronnie Millsap?
No,
is it
Ronnie,
like me?
Wasn't Ronnie
when he came
Millsap.
onto Country Thunder, and I was
at
like,
the Brandt Center. Somebody said, "This is from the new album," and I'm like, "That's not why I came here. That's not
recently?
what I came for." No, it's been a while. A while. Yeah.
And then the other one was Ronnie Millsap at Country Thunder a few years ago, and I had no idea he was blind. He comes on there, love his music, and my brother-in-law and I are having a whiskey, and he never played Daydreams About Night Things.
Yeah.
Come on, Ronnie.
That should have been played.
Yeah, I possibly heckled him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Foo Fighters are coming. It's all that fun. A guy who likes to talk music.
Oh, he does.
With us, because his son
he knows his music.
Is allegedly doing a SportsCage jingle for us. Throw that out there. Let's get going with Glen Suitor.
Time now for press coverage with CFL and Saskatchewan Roughrider legend Glen Suitor on the SportsCage. Brought to you by Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They'll treat you right. 781-2090.
How I missed this text message. Colson, you've obviously never had a Boston cream from the Wadena Bakery. Someone messaged in, can I drop off these 2 Boston creams? Have you ever had them?
No.
Don't. Because once you start,
can't stop.
I would even save one for Glenn, who's coming in on Saturday, I think, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
These things are dynamite. Okay, Foo Fighters. Yay or nay on the Glen Suitor train?
Well, I'm a country guy, as you guys know. So when you were talking George Strait, I'm all in. In fact, I went and saw George Strait in Dallas when he did the first of probably 4 of my final ever tour dates.
Cowboy Rides Away.
And he did. Yeah, he did. And then he's, he's still going. So that's, anyway, loved it. And if it was George, Foo Fighters, though, everybody that I talk to, usually a little bit younger demographic than me, love this band. Absolutely love this band. Mm-hmm. So I would be like you, Barney. I'd be sitting in there. I'd go, I got to go because I've heard so much about it. I know that I will recognize 5 or 6 songs for sure. And I'll sit up in the top deck and I'll enjoy it. And I'll just, soak it in and watch the young people go crazy. And that's the way I would approach a Foo Fighters. But here's a question. Why don't bands, no matter how big they are, why don't they give carte blanche to every radio station, everybody out there, no matter what programming you're doing, to play their music after the announcement in that city? So you announce you're playing Regina, any group, including ours right here, we could play any Foo Fighters song as an intro, or what do we want? We do it all the way up to the concert.
YouTube. It's right, Colson? Probably. It's YouTube that would flag it. We own, like, our sister stations have it, so I don't know the legalities and all that. Not been one to totally follow rules, so who gives a rip? But well, I'm being honest. I think for this show, it's the YouTube hook. But you know what, Glenn?
What a great idea!
They have a lot of good songs. I was thinking 5 or 6 as well. It's probably closer to 10.
Yeah, there's a lot of earworms in there.
I can enjoy that. And again, I don't want to be the pigeon that's like, we never have any concerts coming to the. And to Sharky, to your point in hour one, there's only so many groups that are touring stadium shows. You just can't plop. And I said Gord Bamford, but you just can't plop, a whatever band, 3 Days Grace in Mosaic Stadium. It's not going to work. Yeah, so you'd have to bring a lot of other bands with. There's only so many, and then when they're touring, their stage setup, their lighting setup, all that is only for stadiums. And another reason why I think it's the noise bylaw, but also McMahon Stadium was also very difficult to set up a concert in, I heard. No, that's the Saddle Dome. Some of the lighting in the Saddle Dome because how the roof.
The silly roof. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gentlemen, and the other thing is, Sharky, like the just live music, like seeing a band live is so cool. I mean, when my son was in Nashville and he was in school, like he was in class, but I'm sitting there going, okay, so what am I going to do now? It's the off season. I'm in Nashville in our place. I went down to Broadway and went band to band to band. Yeah. And I would spend 8 hours out there just listening to live music and a great guitar solo.
Yeah. Robert's Western World, one of my favorites on Broadway. It's one of the older ones, small. And you just go with a mitt full of 10s or 20s, because then they come around with their bucket and you tip them so they play. You can request a song sometimes. Hey, can you play Daydreams About Night Things from Ronnie Millsap? Because that guy never played it when I saw him in Country Thunder. Okay, we are going to talk football here. Hey, if you're Trey Ford, what are you thinking right now, being told you're third string?
The reading between the lines in this looks like he'll be, on the outside looking in next year when it comes to Edmonton. I don't know that. In fact, I asked Mark Killam this week the very same question. He did not want to go there. He didn't want to talk about it. He said, he said, we'll talk about it after the season. Give me a call then. But we are preparing for one more game against Calgary, our rivals, and that's all we're focused on. I don't want to talk about the quarterback situation. So then I said, well, do you want Cody back? Like if in a perfect world, would you get Cody to return? His answer to that was, Cody and I think the same way. I think we both sort of attack the game with a chip on our shoulder. I think there's a lot of chemistry between the two of us. He's my kind of guy. And then now I take those conversations and I read between the lines in those when it comes to Trey Ford. And then I look at the depth chart and I go, okay, it looks like they're moving on. He would have to have restructured anyway if they brought Cody back or whomever they want to be the starter. They would have to restructure his contract. Unfortunately for Trey, he's going to start again at the bottom of the mountain, try to climb up to become a starter again. Hopefully he's learned a ton from Cody this year. But if I were a betting man, I would say Trey Ford's on a different team next year.
That's probably the easiest hot take bet you could throw out there right now. I mean, you're saying read between the lines, but those are pretty big spaces between the lines to read the words. It's not micro print in there. He's gone. He gone.
What team?
Yeah.
I don't know where. Because there isn't a spot right now that I look and go, that quarterback position's wide open, right?
But is he going to be thrust in again as a starter somewhere?
No.
So Calgary, backup, like I said, maybe a poor man's Vernon.
Yeah, I mean, Calgary, you got to admit their backup situation wasn't that great this year.
Not very sexy.
No. So yeah, be a good move.
PJ Walker got hurt. PJ Walker got hurt in Calgary, so they're
always
not
a spot, always a seat in Toronto because they've gone through like 14 quarterbacks again this year.
Well, I mean, is Drew Brown a franchise player? I mean, I think Ottawa's got to look at not giving up on Drew Brown. I really like him, but he has trouble staying on the field. I mean, that's got to be something they consider. So they're going to have to look at that. And I don't think, like to your guys' point, that any team in the league is going to bring Trey in as the starting quarterback and give him starting money and then that's not going to happen. That's what I mean. He's back at the bottom of the mountain now. But what he can be is the competition on a team like, let's say, what if Zach retires at the end of this season?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yep. That's a spot for him to look at for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And so what if you bring him in to bring competition and a different look with Drew Brown and Dustin Crum in Ottawa?
Yeah.
And Dustin Crum is sort of a similar type of approach to the game as Trey has in his running ability.
Yep.
I mean, I think Trey is a unicorn when it comes to escapability, but they are similar.
Let's get into the out skis for the Riders. Can you go there?
I don't want. You want to do that?
Or where do you want to go first?
Lawther being out, that brings in the American kicker. What does that do ratio-wise? How does that end up?
Well, you throw up the chart for him, Coulson, maybe, so you can see.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
there's a lot of outs on that, and I think that I was flying and wasn't able to get on the call with Coach today because today would be our Zoom calls. So full confession there. But my question to Coach would have been not who's playing this weekend, but who's going to be ready and playing in the West Final. And I know that's a bit of a guess because you never know with injuries, but you should be able to get a fairly good idea. How many of those outs will be available in 2 weeks? And I think that's the bigger question.
Coach Mays ain't going to tell you that.
No,
he's going to say,
he's not going to give you that.
Going, dang, you know what? We're going to wait and see. We're going to try and go 1-0 this week. That's it. Coach Mays ain't giving us anything close to the chest vest.
Hey, game of the week for me this week is Alouettes Bombers because they're going to rematch next week. Likely rematch next week. I can't see the Red Blacks beating the Tiger Cats and letting the Owls get ahead. But that to me is going to be a slobber knocker because they want to make sure they stay on top of each other before next week's East Final or East Semifinal.
Yeah, Winnipeg has been all over the map this year. So Winnipeg to me is the most unpredictable playoff team. They could be the team that's been there 5 years in a row. They could be the team that, has looked like they don't belong in the playoffs at times this year, which is surprising to me that they've been this inconsistent.
Are you being honest with us?
I am. I absolutely am. I'm also saying that the result of the game before for Montreal is going to be crucial. I mean, if Hamilton wins and lock up first place in the division, Montreal doesn't play Davis Alexander. If they do, they'd be nuts.
Yeah, it would be
crazy to play him.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yep. Yeah, now that's going to change it dramatically, isn't it? Yeah.
And it's very similar to Calgary.
Yeah.
And Edmonton, right? Calgary wins that game. Now BC is going, all right, boys, you got to tighten up. You got to play. And I can't see. Can anyone see Hamilton? I think Edmonton will push them a bit. Like for some reason, I don't know the ins and outs. Rankin family run it. Fajardo. I think they're going to push Calgary a bit, but I think Calgary is going to win that game. The Hamilton Ottawa has been in who cares mode they might carpool to the game. There might be that many guys. Really, Hamilton's got that one. I would think in the bag. No, but I don't know if we talked about this on Tuesday. I really want to see BC come in here and have to show it all and have to pull this out.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will. And there's one scenario where if all three teams in the West tie, so Winnipeg, Calgary, BC.
You have that?
That BC goes into the crossover and they have a chance to either host or go to the crossover, and they control that. But yeah, if Calgary loses, does that mean that you play Buck Pierce plays Nathan Rourke in Saskatchewan? Because if Calgary loses, then BC has the home field game in the semi. So if Calgary wins, it changes. It
does, man.
Yeah.
Look at that top right if you're watching the stream, and if you're not, we can paint the picture for you. Calgary wins. Okay, it's all good. BC comes in here and loses, and then Winnipeg wins. BC's got to go play Montreal or got to go to the East. And it's kind of people are forgetting about that little nugget. Isn't that
exactly? And that's why I think guys, this week Buck Pierce has basically told his team we're playing. So don't look at the other scores. Don't even worry about it. We're playing our guys. We're going. It seemed to me super matter of fact for him in every interview I saw this week of him.
Can they get Trey Ford in the lineup this weekend?
You guys know how Canadiana I am, and I'm cheering for Trey to find a landing spot. If it's not Edmonton again, I think Cody's going to have a long conversation with his family, but he believes he has lots of great football left in him, and so do I. And Mark Killam wants him back.
I'm going to ask Luke Mullender this tomorrow as well, but is there one of those injuries or one of the guys that are out, maybe they've been out for a few weeks, for the Riders, Glenn, that concerns you?
Receivers, both Dante and Keyshawn, with Robustelli's as well, you start to cut into the depth there. I know the Riders have great depth at the receiving core, but that's concern. I don't know this
Tommy
injury
Stevens
list.
for me. Tommy Stevens for me.
Tommy Stevens is a big one too. Yeah, I'll give you that. Roland Milligan.
Roland Milligan would be my next one.
Yeah.
And I'm just going through and let's be honest, depending on what Michael Hughes does in this final game.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Brett Lowther's injury is going to be massive. If he's having problems and Michael Hughes doesn't take care of business, that situation hasn't improved. If that's the scenario.
Yeah. What if Michael Hughes comes in and they put him out to boot some 56, 57s and he's right down the stripe, just nails it? Are we sitting here next week going,
like this Hughes kid? Let's see him play.
What a great opportunity for Michael Hughes.
Yeah.
And here's what Corey Mace's answer will be to that, Barney. It's going to be, I'll tell you what, guys, it's a good problem to have when we have to make a decision between a guy I believe in Brett Lowther, and a brand new guy who had a really good game.
You went to the Corey Mace School of Speeches, didn't you?
I love it. Dang.
Yeah, I got all those quotes down. I know them all. Can do them all.
He get 1,000. This fried chicken that he's bringing in.
Yeah,
maybe in the off season. Hey, John Mace, can you tell your son to bring us in some of this fried chicken in the off season to the SportsCage studio, because it's supposed to be off the charts.
Hey, two quick things. I know we got to go quick, but two quick things. AJ Allen's nomination, awesome. Glad that he's getting some recognition. Way to go there. And also on Corey Mace, I just did the ballot, looked at the ballot, and Corey Mace's name is on Coach of the Year. I'll just leave it that. I won't say exactly who I voted for, but Corey Mace's name is on that ballot.
Good choice.
Okay, let me know. Shoot me a text for. I know I owe you a soup, Banya, because of our bet. So shoot me a message Saturday morning, right, if you want to get together before the game at some point.
Last question.
Do I have to give you an Armani suit? Do I have to give you
How's the Bear? Any updates?
No updates on the Bear, and it's getting cold in Vancouver, rainy, cold, so he might be heading back towards the mountains. I hope so.
Back to the cabin. Yep.
Hibernate. When do they usually hibernate?
End of October, early November, around this part of the world anyway.
Yeah. All right. Okay, travel safe, Glenn. See you Saturday.
Take care, brother.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Right on. Press coverage of the Glen Suitor is brought to you by Speaking of getting cold, Bronco Plumbing and Heating, where professional service is guaranteed. They're going to treat you right. 781-2090 if you need that furnace tuned up. You would know by now. There's been some cold mornings.
Yeah, you would know. If it's not working right, you'd know.
Bronco and Plumbing. We could have talked to Glen, too. I know we're pressed for time. We've got Jaeden Marwick coming up from the U of R Rams in a bit, because it's a big one tomorrow. Note the time, 1 p.m. at Leibel Field.
Skip out of work. Head over to the ballpark.
Definitely skip out of work. UBC's in town. Going to be a tight one. Regina wins that one. Then, if you're a Rams fan, you're hoping Manitoba can beat the U of S on Saturday.
We need a favor, Manitoba.
I'm confident with the Rams going up there and winning. That might be a me and you road trip.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah, get a nice room at the Confed Inn. Pit in for the weekend. I could show you some spots on the west side.
I'll bet you got a few favorites over there.
That's right. Okay, we'll take a quick break. We come back. We're going to chat a bit about a number of different things. We got Jaeden Marwick coming up still. Jock Wilson from the Calgary Stampeders broadcast team, and a whole lot more. So SportsCage and 620 CKRM. Okay, if you missed it, some of the Roughriders that are out for the game on Saturday, most notably Brett Lawther, Keyshawn Johnson, Joe Robustelli, Marcus Sales, among others.
Nelson Lecomte, or Roland Milligan. Trey Ford has been relegated to third string for the Elks Stamps game coming up tomorrow. Interesting news there. Some hockey tonight in and around the area. Regina Pat Canadians, 8 p.m. at the Sixer, hosting the Saskatoon Blazers. Liam Pugh and Maddox Schultz supposed to be in the lineup for the Canadians. Junior B, Assiniboia is in town to take on the Capital, 7:30 at the Ritchie. WHL Cup, Team Saskatchewan looking for their first win against Alberta, 7 p.m. that one. NHL, Ottawa hosting Philly. Winnipeg welcoming Seattle. Berkeley Catton, the other first point in the NHL the other day. And assisting on that goal was Jordan Eberle and Fleury. All three Saskatchewan boys. Nice. Vancouver's in Nashville, and the Habs and Oilers go at it. SportsCage.com poll. Who do you think has been the Roughriders' most outstanding player this season? You can vote at SportsCage.com. Sports ticker is for Regina Steelcraft Doors. One was sneeze made in Western Canada for Western Canada. You can visit their 40,000 square foot location on Park Street. Okay. We talked Sprinkle of the Day, Sports Select. The other thing that's coming up here, the deadline is Tuesday. And we've been running the commercials, if you've heard them, the whole postal strike and what's going on. I don't even know where that is right now. Yeah. Kedison Super Draft. Big money to be won in this thing. Yeah. And then they have, tomorrow I'm going to have Lawrence on. He's going to break it down. Lotto Lawrence from up in Saskatoon. He's won a bunch of cash from this, let's say. Okay. There's $1,000 weekly prize that starts at a certain time, and he's got a strategy around that. They're like analytic Moneyball kind of thing. Really? Going on. So we have the sheets up here. You pick from the boxes on who you want. Okay. For scorers, but then you can write in if the guys aren't in the boxes. You can add their name. You can add their names, and then the Super 8 is a nice handy thing as well. But I was looking at the NHL leading scorers right now, and Jack Eichel, Mark Stone are at the top with William Nylander. Okay, no real surprise there. Yep. The one the guy that's tied for fifth, and he's in the box. You can check him off. Matt Boldy from Minnesota. So Matt Boldy, I believe, is in a contract year, and he plays with Kaprizov. Mm-hmm. So Matt Boldy would be a nice pick. You want anybody that's in a contract year. That's where you want to go. So if somebody's playing for more money, they're going to play. I watch. Who did I watch the other night? And I was really impressed with. Utah Mammoth. I haven't seen them play yet. Came back on Colorado. Really? Neskash. How do you say it? Martin Neskash from Colorado. He's not even on the list here. You'd have to write him in. He was so good. But the Mammoth, can they move? They're so skilled. They're a little bit smaller. Can they move the puck around? And then there's some guys near the bottom, right, they're going to get lots of ice time. They're probably going to get you some points. Yeah. Like taking all of Carolinas and all of Colorados would be fine. The playoff strategy I got dialed, I think, even though I never win. So take that for what it's worth. I've won a couple of them, but the regular season one, I need to talk to Lawrence for a strategy. Okay. Because
it's different than the playoffs where you just take, okay, I'm going to think this team's going to do well, and then this team, and then I'll sprinkle in these guys or whatever.
Yep.
In this, it's like, I don't know. What should I do?
There's certain teams that, like you're going to take Draisaitl, you're going to take Nugent Hopkins. Your
McDavid. Second guy you went with was Nugent Hopkins?
No, McDavid.
Okay.
I was reading his name and I was thinking McDavid. You're going to take some guys off Vegas. You're going to take the Jets top three.
That would have been like back in the 80s. Okay, you're going to take Gretzky. Yeah. You're going to take Huddy. Book-a-boom.
I really like Semenko on the wing. He's going to be nice. But this team, like, when you're talking your top 32 players, you're probably not looking at Anaheim. You're probably not looking at Philadelphia. You're probably not looking even at
Seattle.
Even Washington's maybe a stretch. No offense.
Really?
Yeah, maybe. Top 32? Top 32? Like, does Ovechkin have another year?
Well, he's kind of struggling out of the gate here right now. OV. Looks like he's drank some OVs, and he deserves it. It's a long, long stretch. If you're going to the Rider game on Saturday, remember this too.
Get a toque.
It's our annual pink game, celebrating Chemical Riders Touchdown for Dreams. So the money goes back to women with terminal cancer, and kind of last wishes, something
kind of
to
like
do.
a Make-A-Wish for moms.
Yeah. They're only $20. Pink toque. Volunteers are going to be around the concourse and the stadium selling them. So if you got a green one, you got an extra 20 kicking around for sure. Do it.
Exactly.
That's Saturday. We still have CFL talk to come with Jock Wilson from the Calgary Stampeders. Really, I think Edmonton's going to push. The Trey Ford third string quarterback. I need to see BC in here with a purpose on Saturday, and so I'm really curious to talk to Jock and know if he's got any behind the scenes things and all that. And then coming up after the break, Sharky, Jaeden Marwick from the U of R Rams.
Yep.
Any chance that you go to that game tomorrow?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah. Okay.
It's supposed to be a nice day. It's at Leibel Field.
Are you doing the show there too?
At 1 p.m. No, I'm doing the show here.
Okay.
Right after the game. Colson's going to give me the you're in.
Okay.
And then we're going to roll. So it'll probably be a little bit of a shorter show tomorrow.
All right.
Maybe two and a bit. But yeah, it's 1 p.m. at Leibel Field. Weird, I know. But
hey, you know what? If all the kids are there and high school football kids and everything else, it'll be great.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to talk some U of R Rams when we come back, and then Jock Wilson from the Stamps is standing by after that. It is a Sports Cage. Sharky is in for Flooring Superstore, and it's brought to you by Access Communications. Okay, it's time to talk university football.
Nice.
Tomorrow, weird time. 1 p.m. on a Friday. At first, I thought, is there another Friday holiday this year that I missed?
Am I getting ripped off on another holiday?
Should I go to elbow and golf tomorrow? No, yeah, it's 1 o'clock. So if there's any family members of these guys in Hawaii, they got to get up really early to watch this one. It's the Rams and UBC. Joining us, offensive coordinator on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline, Jaeden Marwick. Are you ready for the 1 o'clock? Like, that's going to be weird. Do you start your kind of pregame ritual then at 5, 6 in the morning?
Not quite. Get a little sleep in, and then 8 o'clock, and we can get things going. But no, nothing crazy. We played 1 o'clock games. Typically they're on a Saturday, but it'll be a little different that it's on a Friday. But we'll be all right.
What's the deal with this Friday 1 o'clock? Do you know the story, or did somebody just misprint and we stuck with it? What happened?
No, honestly, I'm not too sure and haven't paid too much attention to it. There's some logistical thing. Honestly, I don't have an answer for you.
And you probably don't care. You just got to win, right?
That's kind of exactly my thought too. I'm mostly just focused on the game. I don't care what time it is or what day it is. So, yeah.
All right.
How was the offense after you watched some tape? How do you assess things last week in Alberta?
Good and bad. I mean, there was plays to be made. There was opportunities that we missed. I think execution-wise, we could have been a little better up front. But overall, pretty good. I think the decisions that our quarterback made, we're great. I think that's an important part to a successful offense is good decision making. So obviously some things to clean up, and that kind of happens every week. But I think we just got to try and put more points up on the board. That's going to be the goal this week. So good and bad.
You know, everybody's talking about Eriksson and the great year that he's having, and trust me, he's doing outstanding. But it doesn't mean you're a one-trick offense. You're getting plays from everybody throughout the offense, receivers and running backs, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that's kind of important, right? So it gives the defense a tougher time to prep, knowing that the offense has multiple weapons that they're utilizing on offense. Guys like Nick Sirleaf and Renzo Araneza, have played a big role in our success this year. And obviously Marsh is a key component to our offense. But, to keep defenses on their toes, it's important that we're spreading the football around.
This isn't a nothing game tomorrow as well, and you guys are first out of the chute this week. So then the Huskies are kind of watching what you guys are doing with Manitoba coming in. Obviously, we're hoping for a win against UBC.
We want to win.
The league is so tight, like we've talked about earlier. Yeah. But then we also we would like some help from Manitoba on the next day.
Yeah, and really that's out of our control. Like, we kind of focus on what we can do, and we're going to go in with the intention of, winning this football game against UBC, which is a good football team. So, we can't do anything.
Yeah, sorry, I was going to ask you, defensively, what does UBC pose?
You know what? They have a strong defensive back core. We think that their boundary defensive backs are really, really strong. Really good athletes across the board. That's the thing UBC is kind of known for. Their will linebackers are a real big stud. Defensive line's solid too. So, their record doesn't show how good of a team they are. Even like. There's been teams that have put up a lot of points and kind of scored a lot against them, but no, they're a good football team. We just got to go out and play Rams football and execute at a high level and kind of do our thing, and I think we're going to be just fine. But yeah, we're not taking them lightly by any means.
You guys have had a great attitude all year of looking forward only to the next day, like not past that at any point. And although we know the playoffs are in the mix, are you still able to maintain that attitude with the guys? Has everybody been able to stay on that just the next game is the most important?
Yeah, Mark says it every day in meetings. We're going 1-0 this week. We don't care about what's happening in the semifinals. We don't care about what's happening in the Huskies game. The intention for us this week is to go 1-0. And I think it's important for us that, we don't get too far ahead of ourselves. And like I said, UBC is a good football team. And we want to kind of hit our stride going into playoffs. It's important to kind of keep that momentum and play our best football so that once we get into playoffs, we're kind of hitting on all strides.
All right. Love it. Jaeden, get up, have a good breakfast tomorrow because you might not eat till supper, right?
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good one. Offensive
thanks for having me on.
Thanks, man.
Jaeden Marwick of the University of Regina Rams, 1 p.m. kickoff tomorrow at Leibel Field.
Nice.
It's actually, there's a bunch of schools going and stuff. It's going to be a cool atmosphere.
Well, it'll be a great atmosphere.
I love football
kids,
there.
Yeah. Oh,
when it's not Wasp season.
Well, the other thing is we're going to have great weather for the next couple of days. So, what better to do on a Friday afternoon than go to a Rams game?
And the Elbow Golf Course is still open until November 2nd.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You should tell where my brain is at.
Yeah. I saw guys went fishing yesterday and catching big walleye.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is that allowed?
Yeah.
It's not illegal?
No, it's still legal. Yeah.
Would you rat him out if it was?
No.
Okay.
No.
It's the SportsCage.
What do I look like, a policeman?
We're streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com and on 620 CKRM. All right, welcome back to the SportsCage. Let's keep the CFL talk going here. Sharky and I were talking to, from the Calgary Stampeders broadcast team, Jock Wilson, pre and post game. All right, Jock, is it hard to believe, or has it been a long season? I find it hard to believe that we're already at the end of October here.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but for the Calgary Stampeders, it's been a hell of a season. You got to remember, the Calgary Stampeders only won 5 games last year. They were DFL dead freaking last. It was not a lot of fun. The Calgary Stampeders blew it up in the offseason. It was not a reset. It was a major rebuild. Of course, they were the talk of the town, the talk of the Canadian Football League for the first half of the season. Had a little bit of a step back during their 4-game losing streak, but now they've won 2 in a row heading into the playoffs, maybe 3 in a row if they can knock off the Edmonton Elks, it looks like. They have figured out their defensive issues. Vernon Adams is playing smart football. So, no, I would say there's some excitement right now in Calgary, and of course, Calgary is hosting the Grey Cup next year. You never know what can happen, boys, but I would say things are pretty good. So I'm actually looking forward to November. Let's get it on.
What was more impressive for you, the 44-13 win over Toronto or the 37-20 win over Hamilton?
Listen, Toronto had already packed up and started their off season, so yeah. I don't put a lot of stock into that one.
Bring a friend day.
Yeah, we're blue.
Exactly right. And when you're playing, your third string quarterback, although Max Duggan, I think he's got a future in this league. I watched him when he was with the Horned Frogs at TCU. I think he's a hell of a player. I don't know what's going to happen with Chad Kelly and Nick Arbuckle, but I would keep an eye on Max for sure. So going into Hamilton, and of course the season that Bo Levi Mitchell is having, and just Kenny Lawler, and the fact that the Calgary Stampeders went in to Hamilton and dominated that game, to me that was a little bit of a statement, especially considering the Stamps were riding a 4-game losing streak heading into that one.
I think everybody was really excited, Jock, when we talked about Vernon Adams going there, and that was obviously a breath of life for the Calgary's offense. But the Calgary's defense has played exceptionally well all season long and is leading them into this playoff chase.
I would agree with that. It's one of those situations. That was the unknown. When I talk about the blow-up and the rebuild, there were 12 new starters to start the season on the defensive side of the ball. We had no idea what was going to happen. You had a couple of rookie halfbacks and, Sheldon Arnold and Jaeden Grant, and you're thinking, what is going to happen here? Some new look on the defensive line, too. The acquisition of Flo. Unfortunately, right now, the team is a little bit banged up, so we'll see what happens when the playoffs roll around. But losing Flo Malade, that has certainly hurt. Yeah. Losing Damon Webb, your starting center, the last couple of games, it hasn't affected us too much right now, but, that could be an issue in the playoffs if he cannot return from his injury, which is a pec injury. So, we'll see what happens there. And of course, losing Sheldon Arnold, he was so good. So it's been a real work in progress. At that boundary side halfback position, because it's a very, very unique position in the Canadian Football League, as you guys know, and even the weak side corner position. It's an amazing story, and you guys should know this in Regina because Delaney Robinson, this kid was undrafted at University of Regina, first-year player. And he's making his second straight start tomorrow night at that corner position. That's freaking unheard of in the Canadian Football League.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I know what I want. I want Stamps to win because I want BC to have to put the chin straps extra tight for Saturday and play for real. What have you heard anything about Edmonton, who they're going to play a quarterback, and do you expect the Elks to kind of come the old cliche, nothing to play for, but we're going to play hard kind of thing, or do you think that they're folded up?
I think it is the cliche, nothing to play for, but it is their final game. The fact of the matter is they will probably start hard, but then if they feel a little bit of turmoil, they will probably pack up the tent. I could certainly see that happening. Hey, Cody Fajardo is going to get the start. Justin Rankin obviously wants to make a statement. He made a statement against the Calgary Stampeders, in the Labor Day rematch, ripping off 200 yards. The Calgary Stampeders certainly don't want to be embarrassed by him again, so I think that's an interesting, matchup for that one tomorrow night. I am stunned, guys. I had a couple of guys from Edmonton on my show last night, and I thought for sure you would see Trey Ford in this game. Sounds like Trey Ford's not, he's now listed as the third quarterback. He's not even going to play in this game from the sounds of it. And I'm going, he really is done in Edmonton. So that to me is a shocker. How much will Cody Fajardo play? That could dictate, how this game looks in the second half.
Trey Ford's been bumped to third? Is that?
Yeah, he's been bumped.
Coach's son at second, or what? What's going on there?
Who was the other quarterback in Edmonton?
Well, that's exactly right. I think it's Snyder or something. But yeah, it's mind-boggling. So if you look at the depth chart today, he is listed as number 3. And hey, Mark Killam said it. Mark Killam said, I still think Trey Ford has a future in the Canadian Football League. However, I'm not sure that future is here, and meaning in Edmonton. So I do find it very, very intriguing. And who's going to be in the market for a Canadian quarterback that really is unproven? Like, he's got talent, don't get me wrong, maybe Winnipeg with Zach Collaros getting to be his age. Maybe Saskatchewan with Trevor Harris getting a little bit older. But
starting rumors.
Don't start that
Jockey,
story.
I like it. Starting rumors.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting. But from what I see today, I'm thinking Trey Ford is done in Edmonton.
Last question about the Stampeders, and this goes back to they were bad, so they got better. We're seeing that you got to sometimes get rid of some players and get yourself some youth. Calgary did that. Do we see the same scenario happen in Winnipeg going forward? Do you picture that Winnipeg scenario taking place?
Hey, listen, it's got to. Winnipeg is not a very good team, and you guys proved that. At least Saskatchewan proved it. Last week. That was your freaking B team, and Winnipeg barely won that game and shouldn't have won that game. Hey, if Jake Mayer would have stayed in that game, Saskatchewan wins that game easily, as far as I'm concerned. So. Winnipeg, desperate team, but not the team that they used to be in. And we saw it happen in Calgary, too. Calgary won the Cup in 2018. Calgary got raped and pillaged, obviously, from other CFL teams, losing a lot of, high-end talent. And then players started getting older, too, and not quite as effective. So sooner or later, you do have to... go for a little bit of a youth movement. I'm still surprised. The Stampeders had over 20 CFL rookies, playing, for them this year, which was most in the league. If you look at the list of rookies that the CFL sent out, and a lot of them did have major impacts, for this football club. So, wow. I think it's going to be interesting. But Winnipeg. Hey, I don't know how much longer Zach's going to play. I think, obviously with his head injuries, it's going to be very interesting to see what he decides after this season. But Winnipeg's got to do something for sure.
Well, just throw it out there. Start another rumor, just like Trey Ford to Saskatchewan, maybe.
No, I think he's going to Winnipeg. I think Trey Ford to Winnipeg.
All right, Jock, we might have to catch up again next week as we head into the West semifinal, and we'll see how it all shakes down. Appreciate your time as always.
Listen, guys, I'm only going to say one thing. They got to change the start time of your game on Saturday, don't they?
Yeah. No, it'll be.
It's going to be a problem.
Real interesting, and tomorrow in Hamilton, and Edmonton. I don't know, man. I don't know.
I know it makes no sense to me. If you want to lose that battle, because I know Rider fans will still support, but.
Edmonton.
I think I know, and I want to watch that game because I agree. I think Calgary will win tomorrow night, and then BC has to match, and I don't think Saskatchewan can rest everybody again like they did last week because you're going to get a bye to the West Final. So anyway, I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah. Okay. Well, quickly here before we wrap it, we had this conversation throughout the show. Over under 1,000 fans in the stands in Edmonton tomorrow.
Oh my goodness!
It's tough to count.
It all depends on how close the Jays game is.
It's tough to count with the green and yellow seats they have there. You can't tell who's live and who's not. So,
All right, Jock. Have a good weekend. Maybe we'll catch up next week.
All right, boys. Take care.
Cheers. Right on. That is Jock Wilson, QR77, Stampeders pre and post game show. I think the Stamps win, like we said all day.
Oh yeah, I mean. There's going to be guys in Edmonton that are like literally Monday morning going to be on a beach somewhere. So, yeah, it's
Sylvan Lake. Here we come.
Couple guys got Moose tickets. They're going Moose hunting Monday.
He was joining us on the Western Pizza Guest Hotline. No need to cook tonight if you're on your way home or driving into the city or whatever. Grab some Western Pizza. Maybe it's the Greek favorites you like, and they can hook you up. It is a Sports Cage. We are streaming through our YouTube channel at sportscage.com and on the home of the Riders, 620 CKRM.